Yo, what's up with it, guys? What's up with it, man? Appreciate you. The one person that's here in here already, real quick. Appreciate you. Let me get in the mood real quick. Put that down there. Bam. Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys tapping in as always, man. Um, Appreciate you guys' support coming in here, taking time out of your day. I mean, you could be doing anything else right now, and you probably do two things at once. We all multitask, right? But I appreciate you guys multitasking if you are, and even if you're not, taking time out of your day to put things aside, to come over here and chill with and deal with me because we're always chilling with and dealing. You guys already know. Appreciate you guys. And as always, as you could tell by the good I'm playing, as always, the comments. Number one thing, right? Salvador. Salvador says, "What's good, my G? My G here at work, waiting on the live, passing time and send my respect. Appreciate you, bro. The respect's right back. That's right, my G. Let's get it." Brian Wood says, "Hell, my brother, what's up, Brian? Where you been at, my boy?" And again, where the hell am I been at? But yeah, Plomero Sanchez up in the house, chilling with it, did it with us right there with the infamous fucking what's that fool's name? Fucking Jonah, yeah, Jonah Hill. That fool's funny. My wife just really showed me that fucking movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. That shit was fucking funny, bro. That shit. You guys have not seen The Wolf of Wall Street, man. Honestly, never really looked at it. I started reading the book and all that shit, but the reason I didn't keep going was because I thought it was gonna be like obviously like some stock shit, which it doesn't bother me or bore me, but I always had another book that I felt like I could read at the time, aside from some stock shit, right? But man, I watched the movie with her, bro. That shit might as well have been a comedy, a true story comedy, and that shit was fucking funny as fuck. I mean, and if any of you guys out there have seen it, that's a movie worthy of fucking one-liners for the rest of our days. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's that. There's definitely that. Static on Wax. What's up, my boy? What's up, homie? He says PNG Media News, my boy, right there, chilling with it. All the APA fellas are in the house, yes, sir. All the APA lady fellas. I mean, why don't I call you ladies? APA fellas. What I meant to say was that ain't no APA ladies, but all the APA fellas are in here. But nevertheless, all the APA fellas are up in the house. Yes, 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 y'all. Appreciate you guys, man. Let me see. I feel like there's something missing. Um, my wife said me. She's right here chilling. Oh shit. Members right here. My boy, what up, L? I'm heading to the hospital for another procedure. I get nervous. Yeah, I know, especially at that age, right? At our age, right? Hey, my boy, prayers to you, dog. Got this little trip. One of my members right there, probably the only member I have right now on the channel. To tell you the truth, man. I wish I had a little more members, but yeah, man, I'll be remiss. He's the only one right now that can watch any of the lives from back then, any of the videos. I'm actually going to start dropping content just for the members. Things I probably can't drop just because they show a little love, shoot a little extra mile. It's not even nothing, bro. It's a few dollars, something major. But I appreciate it, man. That's my boy right there, my homeboy from my city, hometown. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Plomero says he's currently at Holland. Go get your money, my boy. Literally get your money. Get that grinding. Get that grinding. Let me see. Brian, what's your PNG? I appreciate you. PNG says this to Brian Wood, of course. That's what said that. Sarah Mike says, how do you feel when people try and use prison politics in the free world? Oh, that's a great question. That is a great question. Let me open up a beer to answer that question. Not that I need the beer to answer the question, but let me answer that question because Static on Wax just asked me a question. Then now that I think about it, I wish I would have been asked a long time ago. Honestly, that's a fucking marvelous question right there. I love that question because that fucking question right there, boy. Oof. Let me turn on this fan so I can answer that question. So to me, man, there is nothing more fucking irritating than somebody on the streets that still thinks they're in prison. There is nothing more irritating than that, bro. Um, we take principles as men into the prison system, and then we abide by the policies of the prison system, politics, etc. And then when we get out, we keep those manly honor, those fucking policies, those characteristics, right? But you don't take the prison characteristics and politics and shit to the streets. Now, I'm only speaking to the dudes that are completely devoted to their neighborhood. I guess what I'm trying to say is this. Dudes that are completely devoted to the neighborhood, they're active, they get out, they ain't working, they taking care of their family, they ain't doing nothing. They're just gang banging, boom, 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 politic down on the streets, politicking for the organization members. When they get back into the system, nothing ever stopped. They're politic there, in there, and out here. I get it. Do your thing. Do your thing. But for those of you that ain't really active, even if you're in good standings, it's completely two different things. And even those two different things, you can put different labels on them if you really want. But for the sake of this explanation, we're going to say people in good standings and people that are active. And then you have the inactive. Okay, so we'll say that. If you're active, bro, you're active on the streets, you're active in prison, you're active everywhere. That's your life, that's your career. You know you're gonna get life. You're fucking if you have ambition, your ambition is to become one of the organization members, whether it be from the north, south, black, white, etc. It doesn't matter. You get out and you start doing the family thing, this and that. Cool, I respect that, bro. I wish that all of us would do that. Whether you checked in there or not, I wish everybody would do that. Because at the end of the day, bro, those dudes that grow standings and are doing the family thing, which to me means they're not active, doesn't mean that they checked in. It just means to me they're not active. By definition, to me, they are not active. And it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Those are the same dudes that we used to call weekend warriors. We used to call them weekend bangers. Those of us, when I was a kid, youngster, I mean, I was an adult already, but even when I was a teenager, kid, banging, all the way up into my adulthood before I caught my term, the homies that used to come around, they used to have one foot in and one foot out. Those are the ones that to me was like, bro, like, I don't, like, unapologetically. Back then, you think I cared about taking care of a family, my kids, or anything like that? I mean, I didn't have kids at the time, but I'm just saying, no, I didn't care, And obviously, that mentality to me is ridiculous, But back then, that was my mentality. You know what I'm saying? I was devoted to the neighborhood, and I was fully active. And that's just what it was. I couldn't wait to get out and go right to Spurgeon and just chill. What's up, man? Where the girls at? Where the hoodies at? Where the homeboys at? Let's get this shit mobile, party, cruising, putting in work, going hunting, doing the thing, right? That was my life. And then you had, like I said, your weekend bangers that worked all week. Those were usually the dudes. Unless you were tiradores and you were really pushing a adult like in a solid way, you didn't have no cars like that. You made a bucket. Those of us that were regular had a little bucket, you know what I'm saying? To run around in the neighborhood, put it in work with hood rats, shit like that. But the homies that really had cars, righteous cars, and rims, systems, a house, everything, the family, those are the dudes that were slanging big or working, Most of them were working. Construction was the way to go, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. At least you don't have to correct me if I'm wrong because you may not be. I'm just simply speaking on how it was for me, my experience, my homeboys. My homeboys that had cars and all that shit were doing construction. Yeah, they were probably slinging on the side a little bit, nothing major. Announced here, announced there, nothing major. You know what I'm saying? Just a little extra money. And then you had a dude from my homeboy from my neighborhood that he really fucking made it to the millions. I'm talking about that fool was with Escalades, fucking, etc. Right? And then that fool went asshole backwards because he caught a shooting at one point, and then when he caught another shooting, they pressed him to tell on the homeboy, and he told on him because he was making so much money. And he went out asshole backwards. It wasn't because he was done wrong. It wasn't because that like he didn't believe in the cause. It just he was scared. He didn't want to do life. He was making so much money. His greed led him to tell on the homie that was righteous, homie that he had put in work with as well on the side, right, or at the same time. So the dudes that are out here, man, that are in good standings, yeah, of course it's your right to be like, yeah, pushing in politics out here. But to me, or anybody else, even for the righteous dudes that are really active, I guess that's my point. There's dudes like me, and then there's dudes that are still active that will never come on YouTube, will never drop a comment, especially not with their real name, right? Will never criticize one side or the other because they know when it's time to shine, you shine. I'll see you when I see you type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm too busy actively on the streets, being on the streets, doing my thing, working for organization members or whatnot, for me to be sitting here on YouTube wasting my life in their mentality, right? On TikTok, like they say, we're almost moving silence, right? Those are the ones that know that the dudes that still consider themselves actives or in good standings, meaning being active still, that are on YouTube woofing with channels and podcasts and shit like that, they know that those are the dudes, bro, that if they get locked up, they're gonna have to answer up somehow. They already got something coming off the top. And there's only one way they could get out of that. Money. Money, 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 money. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. That's when it comes to the active sides. The dudes that really are active, they think they're active, good standings, here running that bullshit. I could care less. I look at them dudes like jokes. Dudes that have channels that are good standings, that are not. There's dudes out here that have channels that are in good standings, but they don't push politics, and that's cool. Hey, bro, I have nothing against them, bro. For that matter, I don't have anything against anybody. But it doesn't mean that I'm not. I don't look at him in a certain way, like, bro, cut it out, bro, cut that shit out, dog. Now, there's, like I said, there's good dudes out here they're paroled active, meaning they're in good standings. They never mention that shit. They do their thing. It is what it is. They interview people. In my opinion, of course, they still have one foot in, one foot out. I mean, that's a prerogative, and that's on them. You know what I'm saying? At least they don't think that there's something that they're not. You know what I'm saying? Those are the dudes that, in my opinion, know that they don't want to say too much because they already know that if they say something they're not supposed to, they got to answer up to somebody on the streets, let alone when they get locked up. You know? So let's just say if you are active, right, you're thrown in this thing, right, and you're running all those prison politics out here. And keep in mind, guys, I'm speaking for the South. I'm speaking for what I'm used to. I can't really speak on the Norte, the Bulldogs, the whites, or the blacks. The same correlations still apply. The same concept still applies to a certain extent, or at least to a great extent, right? But predominantly, I'm talking about the sur, because I'm an ex-Sureño. That's what I could speak on. And even though, like I said, shit correlates and is similar, there's still variations and there's still differences, you know? That's why, to me, 13 and a half years into my term, went to the side. You guys know this. But just as an example again, if I would have paroled active and good standings, I would have never had a YouTube channel. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I would be doing my thing, going to juvenile halls like I did when I first paroled. But as soon as I started my channel, I couldn't do that no more because people are constantly going to be trying to find me or expose me, hoping that somebody else handles their dirty work. But if I would have paroled active, I already knew that I wasn't going to be banging. I wasn't going to be doing that shit. I was going to settle down, take care of my family, talk to the youth. You know what I'm saying? Finish my degree, my psych degree, which is the second one. And you know, I'm already doing counselor work, and that's with me, not paroling active. You know? The sad part is that I can't really put it on my channel because there's people out there that will hate somebody like me. And my only wrong is that I hung up my gloves because of a cause that I didn't believe in. Because somebody wanted me to overdose my celly. I wasn't gonna do it. Um, Once again, I did that video about a week and a half ago where they had that RICO Act on them cats, and I did it because um, no matter how long you go, bro, somebody's always gonna tell on you. Unfortunately, in this life, not always, but there's a good chance, and that's why I didn't do it. I was like, man, I'm cool. Going to the side, I ain't going. I'll pick my guns. They say shit, and when I get out, I'm gonna make this shit worth it, and it is what it is. Um, but to finish up the point, static on wax. Obviously, I have to try to cover as many angles on that shit as I can, as I just did. The prison politics in the free world. Bottom line, that old way of thinking in the GP and all that shit, bro, that shit's dead. No disrespect to the organizations that are active in GP, but that is dead, and they know it. I'm not talking about the organizations, but the homies, the regular homies, they know, bro. Girls don't give a shit about that. You got dudes, trip out on this. A-Yard Kern Valley. I was sitting there, bro, on A-Yard, and I actually had the vantage point. Hold on, let me take the first sip of my beer. I was sitting there in A-Yard, right? In my window, I could look out, and there was A and B yard visiting and C and D yard visiting. C and D yard were SNY, A and B were GP, which is A yard on this side where I was at. I was on GP. I mean, bro, the amount of young, beautiful girls, or not even just beautiful girls, families, period, that would go into D and C yard. Me and my celly used to look out there like, damn, that's crazy. Because to a certain extent, we were still stuck in the hole. Like, why would they want to come and see a piece of shit? The fuck? The reality is that girls out there don't give a shit. For anybody out there in the system listening right now, yeah, you ain't gonna just go lock it up because for no reason. If you get caught up in some shit and you do happen to end up on that side, it's not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna still get a bad bitch if you can, if you want. Your family's still gonna love you. The politics are dead. They're dead out here. There's organization members that have so many cats that went to the other side. You think they're kidding them? You think they're just taking them out like nothing happened? Now, albeit, as long as you don't tell nobody, do some grimy ass shit, and transition from one side to the other, would obviously dictate whatever career you get after the fact. Me knowing this at the time, I knew that as long as I went to the other side with as much dignity and honor as I could, aside from the actual deed itself, I knew that it could nobody tell me shit, bro. Nobody tell me shit, bro. I never told on anybody in my life. At this time, by this point in PA, everybody knows my name. Everybody knows my first, middle, last name. They know everything about my fucking career, bro. And they can look it up. Hold on, let me come back and let me go out and come back. It's very. Said, the homeboys that are still active or in good standings, especially like my home. Let me say my homeboys, for instance, my homeboys, right? Whether they're still active or not, bro. Like even the homeboys that are active, you think that they're not gonna say cute with me? You think they're not gonna talk to me, bro? Especially because they know how far the system has gone this time, and 80% of the yards being what they are. The work I put in, especially the work I put in and when I represented for my neighborhood, especially my brother still being active And before that, me and my brother being at force in the neighborhood, we were known. Me and my canal were known, bro, in my neighborhood, especially as a duo. So yeah, it was disappointing that I went to the other side. Of course, it was disappointing to them, especially for the little homies that looked up to me. But when you put everything in perspective, knowing how everything is now, very few people care, dog. Unless you're a child molester, rapist, or you told on somebody, right? The third one, I mean, people pick and choose on that one, but I know for that, damn sure I don't have anything that any of that on my jacket. And everything that I do have on my jacket, you guys heard for the most part. A lot of the war stories, which is my experiences, I could really never tell. If I ever do, it's because I hear new organization members either no good or passed away. That's the only way I would do that, because I know that it's not going to be detrimental to anybody. Until then, I'll just keep telling the stories that I haven't told. Since this is a new channel, or I mean my second channel, I'll repeat some of the stories that I told on my first channel that were old and nobody really heard, especially a lot of new people on my channel. But other than that, man, I'm going to have to wait. But some of those stories I might tell, like I said, on a membership. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want too many people to hear it, and I don't too many people are going to sign up for the membership. But it is what it is. Either way, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Yeah, but politics belong in prison, bro. They belong in prison where they're dying out. What up? I'm heading. Okay, send mines. Aaron's Chato. What's up, Chato? That's right. HG in the house. What's happening now? I send mines, my boy. Mr. Will says, yeah. Dixon says, chilling with and Dylan. Of course, we're always chilling and with my boy. Chilling with and Dylan. APA, my boy. The APA. What does the APA say? Chilling with and Dylan, my boy. That's our saying right there. Coin phrase that motherfucker right there, boy. Static on Wax is I only ask because I just got my apartment and I'm gonna get. I got a homie downstairs trying to run politics. I just moved in 2 days ago. Damn, that's crazy as fuck. Yeah, man. Let them know. I mean, it really just depends on how you conduct yourself too, Static on Wax. I mean, if you're over here running game talking about how you're active, this, and that, I mean, you really can't blame dudes who expect you to be like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you conduct yourself in a manner where, like, hey, look, I mean, I work, pay my bills, take care of my kids, my wife, and my family, if you have a family. Other than that, homie, miss me with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like me, if I were to ever go out with you, this is on some regular shit, homie. This has nothing to do with gangs or politics. If I were to go out with any of you fellas to go take a sip or anywhere and something cracks, I got your back, homie. I'm still a man first and foremost. Somebody tries to run up on us, bro, I'm gonna fuck who you are, bro. You're gonna fucking attack us, homie. We're gonna defend ourselves. And I'm used to fighting. I'm used to fucking violence, bro. Like, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Do I hope it happens? Of course not. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of that shit. And that shit ain't never gonna change, bro. Just because somebody's not active, somebody hung up the gloves doesn't mean the other motherfuckers don't respect that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. I always stay ready. I always stay prepared. Hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? But I get ready for the worst. You know what I'm saying? La Neta says, chilling winning dinner as well. That's right, my boy. La Neta Foley says, yes, sir. Chato says, I want to pay my respects to the Cruz familia. My deepest condolences. My homie Indio passed away. Rest in peace, Chato Wine Gardens. That's right. Chato from Wine Garden says, rest in peace, Indio. That's right. Rest in peace to Indio, man. Rest in peace, man. Man, let's take a time right now, since he's saying that too, RMP. Let's take a time to realize everybody that we have in our family right now. And if you have not told somebody that you love them in a long time or say what's up to them, go check them out. Let me see. There we go with that Gunner shit, bro. Hey, look. Hey, brother, my brother's keeper, bro. Look, check this out, bro. I don't want to time you out or block you. I'm not going to do it, bro. But don't ask me some bullshit like that no more, bro. Gunner does not know my brother. He's a liar, bro. Just, please, come on, bro. You should know better than that. I send my saludos to the AP family. Much love and respect, Chapo. Yes, sir. Nova says, what's up, man? What's up with it? You think my brother's going to talk to a fucking lame like that, bro? The only reason my brother talks to me is because I'm his blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, and because I didn't tell. And I ain't a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? You think he'll talk to somebody like that, bro? All the paperwork they've had on Gunner and shit. Like, come on, man. Cut it out already. All the lies. Noah says, what's up, man? What's up, my boy? Ganja. So, Bell, do you think it would have a different? It would have been different for you if you were in the feds. Do you think you would have got out of prison being in the feds? Honestly, Ganja, I don't know, bro. I think, um, I don't know, bro. I don't know what the feds is like. I heard stories. I heard like detailed stories of how the homies have it in there and all that. But at the end of the day, bro, I really can't say with certainty, bro, because I wasn't there. I couldn't really speak on where I've done my time. And when I first got to the prison system, my boy, the work I was putting in, the standards that I did, I wanted to do those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I have no idea. I hope I would have got out. You know, I maxed out. You know, for sure. But fuck it, I mean, it is what it is. Tokaya, what's up? First APA lady right there. That's right, mama. Appreciate you. Hello, Tokayo. Everyone, much love, blessings to you. I'm glad I found you. Appreciate you. Yes, yes, yes. You get out. You glad you found the live? I did get your comment on the video earlier, man. I appreciate that. I really do. Raul Lario says, "What up, LPNG?" He says, "Yes, sir." Boss up in the house saying, "What's up with it, Brian Wood, Cubel?" Wiser, what's up, Wiser? Hey, Wiser, don't think I haven't seen your message, but I know that you dropped the message. I've been really busy, bro, with the kids and all that. That's why I really haven't dropped nothing except for today and did a live. I haven't done that live in days. Um, I'm trying to balance everything out right now, bro. I'm trying to balance everything out, but I will get at you, my boy. Appreciate you. Statico Max, I told him exactly that, damn near word for word, my boy. Good looking. Yeah, man. It ain't simple, bro. This ain't prison, homie. This ain't prison, dog. And unless you're still running around your neighborhood, I mean, if you're in your neighborhood politicking with your homeboy, hey, yeah, okay, yeah, because that's the same mentality. You're still connected, especially if you're doing things with the organization members in prison. Of course, you're still in prison on the streets. But if you're not, come on, man, miss me with that shit, bro. Cut it out, you know. I'm not talking to you. I'm saying in general, to whoever may think, you know. And that's the same disparity, the same disconnect that's always existed in neighborhoods. You got your politicians to get out. See, you got homies in the neighborhood. Right? They go to prison. They're regular homies from the neighborhood. They're all about the neighborhood, things like that. They get to prison. They go to, like you say, they go to a level 3 or level 4. They get all politicked out. They get out plugged in. They get out, try to impose the threats on the homeless, on the camaradas, even though every neighborhood is full of the threats. They impose that on the camaradas and the homies. They already know what the fuck you talking about, or even if you do, they're like, nah, homie, we ain't politicked out like that, bro. We're doing our thing out here. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that clash or we tell them like, bro, you do that. If you want to do that, you do that, homie. That's your responsibility, you know. Usually, bro, it's dudes that are politicked out. The politicians are the ones that push that on their homeboys that ain't politicians from their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It's you have them in every neighbor. You have them in every barrio. The politicians are the politicians, bro. You know what I'm saying? Box Lion 5 says, I bet I'm hello. Box says, good morning. Appreciate you, dog. It's just good of you to say good morning. Now, good morning. Brian Wood says, Box was good, brother. Says Brian Wood. John Tafoya. What's up, John Tafoya? I sent mine, bro. Sign and a fit and a handshake, of course. I sent my. Let's see. Sorry, guys. How to get at this message emoji. Let me see. Damn, look at these fucking emails. God damn, bro. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Let me drop this link again. If anybody wants to jump on for a little bit and chop it up, man, you guys are always welcome. I know I rarely really invite people on the channel. I mean, it is kind of early, I guess. One, two, what is it? Two, one. It's probably 11:18. So it's already 2:18 over here. So I mean, I'm not. I don't think I was gonna do a live or try to do a live later on tonight and shit because I know there's a different type of audience at nighttime. Um, but I definitely want to just tap in and shit, see who was up in here. AL, I just want you to know that I respect you because you put in a lot of work, stuck in the shoe. I'm glad your life back on track, made it out, and that's what matters. Thank you, dog. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. I mean, and Chato, like, honestly, bro, that it was the hardest decision I've ever had to make, homeboy. But by that point, dog, I mean, you would have to go through the shit that we've done. Well, obviously, of course, what I've done. I mean, assuming you have as well, because obviously you understand. You would have to go through some shit like that to understand, bro. Those who don't get it, don't get it. That's why I don't lose any fucking sleep. Um, Somebody just hit me on my comments talking about some bullshit, and I was like, "Look, man, I Sam Mines, bro. He was talking shit, and I was like, "Look, I Sam Mines, bro. I wish you the best. You don't pay my bills, bro. I mean, you have your opinion, dog. You don't pay my bills, so I could care less what you say, dog. Like at the end of the day, bro, like it really doesn't matter what people say about me, bro. And it shouldn't matter what to say about any of you. You know what I'm saying? The only people that you should care about their opinions, and even that could be subject to on the case by case basis. Your family, your wife, your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's in your life every day, bro. I'm not even talking about your extended family. I'm talking about your core, the people that are in your life on a day to day basis. Boom, the ones that actually contribute to your life, not the ones that are freaking leeching off your life, the ones that are actually adding to your life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, see. But yeah, I want to send mine to my boy once again, one of the members of the channel. What up, L? I'm headed to the hospital for another procedure. I get nervous. Yeah, man. I hope everything goes good, dog. If you're still up in here, appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate you subscribing to the membership. That's for damn sure. Let's see. What's the date today? The 10th? Shit. And I got banned on TikTok once again. Yes, tell us all this time, right? I got banned off TikTok again for some bullshit. For some bullshit, bro. You know what the fuck I said? I've said worse on here, and they've banned me for less on TikTok. Now what the fuck? And guess who's up in the house? My beautiful wife, all the time. My support system right there. My baby, my queen, my beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful. She's just right there chilling. Let me see. Make sure I didn't miss no comments before I go on to my next subject. You know, it's just like people say, man. Like I was watching. What 9 days? Unfortunately, without dropping the video, right? I dropped. I dropped. I went 9 days without dropping a video, and honestly, like all those 9 days, I didn't watch shit. I didn't watch no YouTube videos. I'm talking about like channels, like certain channels. I was watching. We were rewatching the House of Dragons. Whenever we'd have to pick up the kids from daycare, from the Boys and Girls Club, etc. Things like that, bro. You know the errands, cleaning the house, walking my dog, work, all that, right? Um, I had very little time to watch YouTube, but when I did watch whatever I watched, my point is this, bro. Sometimes you get tired of it, bro, because on this side of the tracks, man, um, the drama is almost, you got new people coming in. People have egos, People have egos, and if I had an ego, bro, I would have responded to all the bullshit. Um, I would have responded to all the bullshit that they started saying about me 8 months before I actually responded. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hold on, let me see. Did you hear about the metal? that hold on real quick. I see some new names right here. The Viscar 21. What's up with that? Viscar, she looks familiar. I'm not saying I know her. I'm just she looks familiar. She says, to which part? Appreciate you. David Reyes, appreciate you. Gracias. Yes, sir. No, I appreciate you, dog. You've always been there for me, bro. I appreciate that shit, bro. Later on, I'm gonna start doing some shit for the membership watch, bro. Telling you, I'm gonna start dropping some fire ass stories, and you gonna hear them. So don't trip. Let me see. Did you hear about the Emeto that got stabbed up in San Luis Valley yesterday by a Crip? Don't you think it's gonna be a war? And do you think the North will get involved? Was it yesterday? Where'd you hear that at, bro? If you don't mind me asking. Are you sure that's not an old one? On the homie hangout? Okay, let me check it out. I don't ever look at the cat's channel. But if he has it on there, I'm gonna check it out. Okay. So he's talking about the revenge. The dude that stabbed the MM member got stabbed up at Salinas Valley, right? Sureños get revenge for Mexican mafia member hit by Crip. Yeah, I mean, look, man. At the end of the day, I don't need to watch that video. No disrespect to him. I don't need to watch it to know what the fuck's up. The fact of the matter is this: if a regular dude hits an MM member, I actually commented on Flaco's video on that, and I was like, look, if nothing happens, it's because of the peace treaty, right? And if it was a one-on-one thing, the member was in the wrong, he could very well have enough power to be like, hey, you know what? It's rap, don't trip, it's my fault, it is what it is. But the organizations that be, bro, like, you know what? Hell no, bro. It doesn't matter what you say. You're not bigger than the organization. You are not bigger than the organization. You know what I'm saying? We'll deal with you later. But this is a matter of pride, and a matter of existential pride, existence, existential. So it's not a surprise. They were going to hit him right away. They're going to let these fools have their guard down. This happened, what, almost a month ago? 3 weeks, a month ago? They're going to have, I know how these cats get down, my boy. I was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to plot these scenes with them, bro. We were the soldiers. When these dudes were in the shoe, stuck, warehouse, validated, we were the soldiers that used to plot all these fucking guerras and fucking retaliations for them, bro. Like, so come on. That's why I said I would be shocked if this shit doesn't get avenged. Be shocked. They didn't just hit any Sureño. They would have hit a Sureño, fine. It is what it is, you know? Even that back then, back before the peace treaty, bro, you ain't going to hit a homie, bro, without getting something coming. That's just not going to happen, bro. Let alone an organization member. Now, do I think it's going to keep escalating? It can. It can. But if it was only the dude, the Crip that got hit, the homie still got a chance to be like, hey. I mean, there's going to be dudes. If this fool had juice, let me break it down. Matter of fact, I'll do a video on that shit. Because I didn't want to do a video on it before. Guess that's still an active organization member. I've always said it here, bro. The organization members that I talked about, it's the dudes that I work for directly. I'm going to actually drop the video with Popeye from Harpies, rest in peace, on my career with that organization member. And And another one that I met, of course. I mean, I met a gang of them, but I'm saying the one on the streets that passed away that I did something for. But if they're active and still like active, bro, like I don't need to attract more nonsense than I need to, bro. You know what I'm saying? But my point is this: if the Crip member doesn't have no juice, I just don't see it going nowhere. I mean, of course, you can have incidents, and there's gonna be dudes blacks. There's gonna be blacks that are gonna be like, "Nah, fuck that, homie. We got to fuck that, homie. You gonna touch my homeboy?" You know, because this dude's obviously from my neighborhood. Dude's gonna press the issue, but it's really gonna be up to the rest of the blacks to be like, "Is this tit for tat?" Meaning like, he got his, now he got it back. You know what I'm saying? It really just depends, bro. It's on the blacks, and honestly, that could go either way. I've seen blacks that don't play that, and I've seen blacks that are like, you know what, fuck it, that's the past. I mean, so it really just depends, bro. It really just depends. I don't need to watch the video on that cat's channel because I really don't need to know anything more than other than because the rest is that video is his opinion. And hey, good shit. I mean, we're all entitled to our opinions. The reason you guys watch my videos is to see my perspective of things, right? But when I say I don't need to watch his video, it's because I know it's his opinion. He ain't gonna shed no light on what I already know. Especially because this is my people, you know, or at least my old lifestyle. He does not know that lifestyle any better than me because just like I don't know his politics any better than he knows mine. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know anything about the Norte other than me being locked up with them. Now, as far as the MM members and shit like that and camaradas, like I know that shit intimately, bro. Like I know how they think, I know how they get down. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't need to watch that because he's talking about my people and the Crips, and I done time with both. So it's just like, hey, good shit. But I still went to his channel to see what's up, and I'm glad that he actually gave us something to talk about. Good shit. I don't pay attention to the news like that, bro, and I don't go into details, but it is what it is. What's up, man? Who we got up in the? What's up, Flax?
What's up with it, man? What's cracking?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
All right, hold on. Let me disconnect this shit.
Can you hear me?
Say something real quick.
Hello, hello, hello.
There you go. You're good. Now you're good. I don't know why that
What's
happens, bro.
cracking,
Sometimes I can hear. Sometimes I can hear with the. Hold on, real quick. Okay, hold on. Fucking kid left the cocoa man and shit on my thing. All right. What's up, my boy?
Man, just decided to tap in. I seen that you were live, and I seen that you had the link up, and I don't really go live too much. I said, fuck it, let me jump on real quick.
Yeah, for sure. Hell, I appreciate that. Yeah. You know
How you
that
been
I
doing?
rarely drop the link, bro. I really don't have too many people on here, bro. But why not? You know. Fuck it.
Yeah. I have done. I barely ever do lives nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, shit. You gotta focus on your game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. That's understandable.
Yeah. So what's new with APA, man?
Fuck, bro. Just, I mean, nothing really, bro. Just finishing adjusting to being over here. Just grinding, bro. Grinding. You know, same thing with the kids. I am gonna start a political channel. I actually already started it, but I haven't dropped really shit with my face on it. I haven't really put out the name on it or nothing like that. But I wanna start doing like reactions. Like, hey, so let me ask you this, bro, because you know about this shit.
Yeah.
You could do the shit on StreamYard, right? Like put my face up and then a little video and shit, right? I could do a reaction on StreamYard like that, right? Because I haven't tried it since then, but I would just want to make sure because I know you know for sure, and I haven't even checked, bro. So yeah.
See, that's what I do is I convert the video, right? I take it'll be, I take a YouTube video. There's these apps that you can go convert YouTube to MP4, which creates it just as a video. And then I'll go to StreamYard. Yeah, and then I can upload the video. And then when you do reactions, okay, it depends on which video it is. If you don't want to get hit with a copyright, you got to pause it like every 30 seconds. So I usually pause it every 25 seconds. Even if you have nothing to really say, you got to do it. Otherwise, I'll hit you with a copyright.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's why, bro, and that's good. Me asking you that shit because, you've done reactions before, bro. I have, but you know, I've done it the other way, bro. Like just fucking ghetto shit, you know. I don't give a fuck. But that's good to know, especially for anybody out there that has a channel that has not done reactions. There's some good game that the homeboy's giving us right here. Yeah, because honestly, bro, yeah, it does depend on whether you use the whole video uncut or not, and they'll hit you. Yeah, like you said, they'll hit you with the copyright and shit. So yeah, what's up, Smokey?
What's good? What's good? What's up, Flacco?
What's up with it, brother? How you doing?
Chilling. Look, get up here, bro. Just up here, fucking. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Little work, you know.
That's right. Beautiful out there, bro.
Oh yeah, how you been, bro? You good?
I've been doing the best, you know, the best under the circumstances, you know.
Yeah, no,
you know. Not as much on YouTube like before. I drop a lot of videos, but I'm just not like in live or in the comments and stuff too much, you know.
That's good. That's understandable. You know, you gotta,
look
out for yourself, you know.
Like L's thinking about doing reactions, and reactions are kind of hard because unless they do something that fucking for me that's like totally, I have to call them on their shit, right? That's something bad. I always try to do positive reactions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least for channels that have a positive message and whatnot. Unless they're doing something that's totally out of the ordinary. Then
hey, bro, I could do reactions on positive stuff. Like for me, like I could see something that I really like and just reiterate and reinforce the point of view. And if I feel like they missed something based on my point of view, doesn't mean that they're wrong that they missed it. But based on my point of view, I can add something to it or not. But I was really more referring to like my new channel, my political channel. I wanted it because it's gonna be pure reactions on politicians, on certain policies and things like that. That's why I asked you that. But but I still
good, bro. That'll be good. Hey, that'll be good though, bro, because it's something different, bro. And like people, sometimes we limit our stuff, you know, on these channels as far as breaking down certain things that are outside of like prison. It's like, dude, fucking, there's way more to life than fucking the gang, streets, and prison, bro.
Exactly.
You know,
those are facts. There's a lot more shit out there. There's a
why do you think why do you think I really don't piggyback too much on people's videos or like the rapping stuff or like the prison hits? Why do you think I really don't like I don't follow suit as far as when people break news like Tony? You know what I'm saying? Like when he breaks news, when you break the news, or everybody else breaks news, I don't follow their lead because to me, bro, that's not what my channel's about. I mean, to each their own. You know, my channel, you know this, bro. It's always been about sharing my experience, my personal experiences. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, I put in a little bit here, interview shit like that. But for the most part, that's just what it's been. And I do want to do reaction videos, bro. But I'm just really self-conscious, not in an insecure way, like as far as when it pertains to my feelings, but like self-conscious in a way like what do people want to see? You know what I'm saying? Like people are seeing the same shit day in, day out. Like to me, it's like, are they gonna want to see another shit like that? Maybe they don't want to see my opinion because they're already seen a lot of opinions on the same subject. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, they're gonna be like, fuck, it's gonna be the same bullshit, you know? And yeah, man, I said it before, man. A Prisoner's Awakening. This channel wasn't supposed to be about just prison, bro. It was supposed to be about a prisoner that had an awakening, and I could talk about whatever the hell I want after I finish telling my stories. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm going to start a domestic politics, a U.S. political channel, I'm probably going to have to start doing a whole different one. But yeah.
Yeah, it seems like for me, I'm the same way, right? I'm always trying to seek something different, man, as opposed to what I'm doing and seeing what catches. And some things catch, some things don't. It's hard, you know what I mean? Especially when you're already tapped into a certain algorithm. So the best way to go is to start a whole new channel and tap into that algorithm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, with the new channel, I will admit this. I will say this. With the new channel politically, I'm trying to reach the most people that I can, bro. This channel right here, I mean, if I can make some money, whatnot, fuck, cool, you know? But I really don't give a fuck how many views I get here. That's why I don't go out of my way, bro, to try to fucking drop 3 videos a day or this or that. Because bro, it really is just about whoever catches the message, the lesson, they catch it. If they don't, they don't. But that political channel, I want that shit to blow up because I feel like people need to start hearing about all these fucking politicians. I mean, it's nothing new, but we're living in a different time now, bro. These motherfuckers are out of
Yeah.
control. So
It
really
seems like it seems like with the YouTube, right? It's a lot harder nowadays to focus on a positive message because a lot of people are more they're more in tune with the drama. It seems like, man, that's what they want to see. That's what they want to hear. They're okay with the drama as long as it doesn't affect their day-to-day lives, and that's just how it is nowadays, man. Like it's like every time I do some of my best videos are the ones I feel that only get like a few views, and I'm like, fuck, man, I put a lot into this one, man. And then hey, hey, and then
real
I could
shit.
put a video,
Real
I could put a
shit, bro. I
video.
thought I had a badass story. That shit ain't got no goddamn. It got a
Fuck,
thousand views.
man.
What the fuck?
Hey, I mean, I could put some shit out there and fucking, fucking what's his name did this over this and slapped this one at the party and it gets fucking, 50,000 views. It's like, man, and it's hard not to bite into that shit, man. Like, but drama sells, man, and
I'm gonna go out
that's
and
why
come back
that's
real
why
quick. It's
hey,
like it's blurry.
I was trying to figure. I mean, some people will sit there. Fuck, he just disappeared.
Nah, he
Some
said it'd
people
be
will
back.
just,
Hey, he said it was blurry. He said he's gonna come back in right now.
some people will just go after you just to fucking because they know it's gonna get views, man. Like what I'm saying, they know it's gonna get the attention and shit. So people will look for a reason just to attack somebody, man. And then the whole time when they're attacking you, fucking, I'm looking at them like, fuck, bro, they got more fucking issues than I do. You know what I'm saying? And that's fucking real talk, man. That's like right now, I've been refraining from trying to go at it with anybody or even responding to anybody. You know what I mean? And I've only done, I think, one reaction to anything that I felt the need to talk about, and that was about the situation with fucking the AC paperwork and all that, man. I felt that was fucking necessary because I thought that was something that was pretty much being overlooked, man. But other than that, I ain't got nothing to say about nobody, man. I could really care less. You know what I'm saying? I support who I support, and I rock with who I rock with, and that's not many. You know what I'm saying? I don't really tap into too many people no more, man. You know,
It's
I
well
just
because no, you look. I know you're burned out. I'm burned out. That's why I don't tap into a lot of channels no more, bro. Honestly, um, because at the end of the day, bro. Not only that, like, I mean, adding to that, like, put aside all the shit has transpired with you, me, other dudes, with certain individuals trying to bring us down. But it's just like now, it's just like it's a continuation on other channels with beef from new heads, new characters, and to me, it's like, man, I don't care. Not only did I not care about it when I started, um, I would have never got involved with that. None of that shit if it wasn't for me, for them motherfuckers insisting on attacking me for 8 months before I even. Once I started responding, it just seemed like everything just hit the fan, bro. And obviously, all you heard was my name on troll channels or not channels, whatever channels. And I mean, by the time now everything's calm, now everything's cool. I'm loving it how it is right now. But it's almost like the damage has been done.
I
That
mean,
feels like the damage has been done, and to me, it's just like, man, I'm kind of over it, bro. Like I'm over it, but I like the calm though. I like the calm right
you
now,
know,
and I'm sure as hell not gonna talk about nobody else's beef, bro.
it's best for me that I remain mute because if I say some things how I really fucking feel, there'd be a lot of people who would probably take offense to it. As far as not necessarily the viewers, but just if I was to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? One thing about me, man, is I don't like hypocrites. I don't like people who do 180s out of nowhere because they feel that's a popular thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen a lot of that happen, and I don't respect it, but I'm not going to speak on nobody. And that's why I pretty much rock on my own. I talk to mostly a lot of channels, believe it or not, but I just don't put them out there who I talk to. And it's just a respectful conversation about what's going on, or did you hear this, or did you hear that? But other than that, man, it's much easier for me just to focus on what I need to do. That's where my energy needs to be put forth. I got other things on the table too right now, so it's like, man, and there's a lot of people who would love to see me fall. You know what I'm saying?
And no, yeah, and you know what the fucked up part too is that let's just say that, see, to me, bro. Like I said, man, I went months and months, bro. I went over half a year without me responding. But when I started responding, I started doing it in a way where I was like, I wasn't mentioning names. Um, and it was not that I was talking shit. It was me just trying to defend myself, not mentioning names, nothing like that, right? And the problem with that was that people have such a big ego and such a big head that they're thinking that I'm talking about all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like each one that's watching thinking that I'm talking about them. You know what I'm saying? When I ain't talking about none of you motherfuckers, you know, and maybe only the one that I found out through doing investigations in the background. That's the only one that I'm talking about. And then all these motherfuckers go at me. It's just like, what the fuck? And of course, it's because motherfuckers are stirring the pot, making sure that, oh, they're talking about you. Or even if I mention somebody, oh, he's talking shit off a clip, and instead of looking at the whole thing with context, you know? And that's the thing, bro. Like you said, it's better not to even say shit, because there's fools that's gonna think that you're talking about them and you ain't even fucking talking about them, bro. You know,
Yes,
you know,
like I said, like I said, if people need a whole fucking group of supporters and whatever agenda that they're doing to fucking convey their message, man, that just shows how much of a weak argument they have from the get go. And there's a lot of bully mentalities in this shit, bro. There's a lot of dudes that can't fucking do it on their own two feet, that they need the support of other people just to fucking go at it with certain individuals. Then you got those that are just fucking out there, fucking no matter what. They're trying, but they're not competent enough to fucking present the facts of what they're trying to say, man. And it's just like, you got to just take a step back and say, you know what, man, just do what they do, man, and just do what you do. I mean, because you've been doing pretty good for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I like Smokey's channel because Smokey's the only one like that I feel a few channels out there that keep it real. Smokey's one of them, man. You keep it real. I can't really, there's a couple other channels that keep it real, but there's a lot that don't, though, bro. There's a lot that will side with the popularity. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people base their opinion on something, how someone talks, how someone looks, without any factual background into who that individual is at times. Because if you really research a lot of shit, man, you're going to find out a lot of fucking weird, funny style shit with a lot of people at times, man. So don't always base your opinion on someone based upon how they may talk, how they may look, because a lot of times it's all mirage at times. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, look, bro, like honestly, like to me, like it's sad because I never, you know, bro, I never came on here trying to talk about anybody, bro. I just came on here, did my thing. I had a co-host at the time, doing the thing, and then boom, they started attacking me for no goddamn reason, right? Um, I was trying to embrace dudes, bro. I was trying to embrace anybody and everybody. As long as they treated me with respect, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as we were cool with them, I don't give a fuck what anybody said about you, or anybody for that matter, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck what anything said. Unless you're a child molester, bro, or a rapist, like, to me, I don't give a fuck, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, bro, like, as long as you treat me a certain way with respect, dog, then we could speak on whatever we speak on, and that would be the topic for the day. You know what I'm saying? Collaborations and things like that. You know, but once you start doing other shit, that's the shit that fucked me up, bro. Because I know that I was warned from certain people, bro, including you. Um, and I was just like, man, I don't know. It's not that I'm naive. I was naive, so I was like, nah, hell no, it can never happen to me, this and that. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, well, I mean, these dudes seem to be genuine. As long as, I mean, I'm not gonna disrespect them, so there should be no reason for anything to happen. You know what I'm saying? But you know, people are weak-minded, bro, and they get manipulated and influenced by other cats. And you know, unfortunately, that shit happened. You know, and it continues to happen, bro. You know,
And
thank God that
some people remain quiet because they're fucking scared of the damage it may do to them or the support that
exactly,
they may lose. And you know,
exactly.
I've never been one to be like that. I've always been one to voice my opinion and say what needs to be said, man. And you know,
And you know what the fuck the part was though?
people got to respect you a little bit, a lot about how you went about it, though. Regardless, if there was times that you were a little emotional, fuck, I would be too. Fucking going at that whole situation
A
on your fucking
little
own.
emotional? Shit. I fucking flipped out on these motherfuckers several times, dog. I didn't give a fuck. That's what people don't understand about me, bro. They kept hearing. You think I wasn't aware of the fact that they're gonna get a clip where I'm going off on these fools and put a title that says J Cat goes all out? You know what I'm saying, bro? I don't give a fuck because anybody, bro. if you don't like me because of a clip and you're stupid and ignorant enough to believe a clip and you don't take the time to go see who the fuck I really am, then you don't need to be in my life, homie. You're a small-minded, ignorant person and you don't need to be in my life. And that's just not to say that I'm the smartest motherfucker on earth. I just know that I have some good ass people in my life. And they will look at that and be like, hold on, let me go check this out.
After a while, I started watching. I said, "Man, L's fucking funny. He's being a comedian with this shit. This shit's fucking hilarious and shit. He's fucking like people didn't see it like that way."
Yeah, exactly. Because they're seeing clips. I was talking shit on these fools, laughing. I was clowning on these fools too. It's just like, man, bro, like. And obviously,
what does Smokey got to say though? Let me hear Smokey. Let's hear what Smokey's talking about.
All right, so listen to what you guys are saying and all that. With all that going on, a lot of these individuals that perpetrate to be like, or were, or been, or have been, or has-beens, or said they've been somewhere. They got onto this YouTube social media stuff for clout. Let's be real. Flacco, on the other hand, Flacco's always had some real information, some knowledge, like trying to bring awareness to certain things. Certain situations. He did a thing with the fentanyl crisis. You know what I mean? And let's not forget about that. He was talking about real things. Then you got these.
Hey, bro. Hey, sorry to cut you off. And some of my first videos were about drug use in prison, bro, and try to get you not to do that. That shit got like 100 views. Go ahead.
But what it is that you got this generation of individuals that love the drama, love to see the bullshit, but yet when you bring a real topic, they don't want to hear it. Well, they should hear it. You know what I mean? Because that drama's all. You got some dudes fucking baking up stories like they're a baker and shit. You know what I mean? Like they're sitting there. You know what I mean? They're sitting there like using other individual stories for their channel so they can get the views, the likes. And they live off of that. That's what they like. Oh, I need those likes. Whatever it takes.
Or real ones, right? Motherfucker, you fucking. I'm thinking in my head, real ones, motherfucker. You went to the cops talking about you couldn't go to the yard no more, man. So quit talking about they real ones. You know what I mean?
But see, that's the thing though. Like these dudes, like, oh, I'm a real one. I never did this and that. Hey, I never denied the fact I got removed and I got hit. I didn't tell. I didn't tell. All I said was, I don't know what happened. That was it. I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? I fucking whatever. You know what I mean? Like I took my fucking lickings, and I moved on. Some of these other dudes claim one thing like they've never been on these yards, but in reality, they've actually made statements that they've been on these yards.
Like you're saying, bro, like just like you expose oh boy for telling that story in that liquor store or wherever the hell it happened, the truth is always gonna come out, bro. Just like Flacco back then with Flacco, like you told me with Tony and the J Cat talking about he was involved and you put a stop to his interview. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that is like there's always gonna be dudes that are gonna run into your channel eventually, and they're gonna expose you, bro. They're gonna be like, well, hold on, bro. Like, no, dog. Like, hell no. That's not what happened, homie. That's not what happened.
Like that story, L. Like I straight out, like I've told it 100 times. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't deny that, and the individual knows that it happened. I mean, you should see in his eyes like a deer in the headlights when I had to remind him of who it was.
I can picture it,
but see, Smokey, it all comes down to this, bro. How people perceive it, it's whether they like you or not, bro. Yeah. If people just don't like you or like how you get down, they're gonna go after you, bro.
Yeah. And this is me though. This is how I feel. Like I don't give a fuck you like me or not. I'm not here for fucking popularity contest. I ain't here trying to fucking get brownie points. You like me, you don't. I don't give a fuck. You want to come at me, but you better come at me fucking solid, because if I'm coming back at you, you're not gonna like it. You know what I mean? But I don't really give a fuck. I don't care. I'm not here for fucking popularity. I like to drop some knowledge. I like to educate people. I like to bring awareness to things and just be, you know what I mean? Like I'm not here to fucking get fucking 20,000 views. I'm just fucking sharing what I know.
That was my main content in the beginning. Was always about a message, bro. Like when I first did this shit, it was always a message, always positivity, was always this and that, bro.
Yeah,
and we all fall victim to some of the stuff that occurs, right? Because it's when you start to see fucking blah blah bullshit, huh?
They make it personal. Of course, we're gonna respond, my boy. bring our family into it, dog. We're gonna make it personal. You know, they make it personal. We're gonna respond. But go ahead.
And like
yeah, go ahead.
I knew who this individual was while he was on there with Flacco. You know what I mean? I didn't say nothing. I just, you know what I mean? I just let him fucking tell his bullshit, and then when he made that remark, like he dropped two of us, and I just like, nah, bro, you didn't drop nobody. You stood there like a deer in the headlights. You fucking
that fool said, "Have you ever heard of Gunner's Collective? Have you watch YouTube?"
I started seeing the hypocrisy on this YouTube shit, man. When they did a video complaining about one channel about how he said that his mom was white, right? No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking in my head, like, people were making a big deal issue of it, which it wasn't that big of a deal. And I'm thinking, a month before, this dude's partner was over there fucking in Vegas, fucking talking all this bullshit about my family and my wife and all that, and nobody was saying shit. Making some real statements.
That's the thing, though, too. Like, when that individual, the moment he felt comfortable speaking on Flacco, when Flacco, you know what I mean, had to, you know, sit down for a little bit, you know what I mean? Then this motherfucker like goes, oh, pray for Flacco. Motherfucker, you didn't say pray for Flacco when you was trying to spud him up. You didn't say pray for Flacco when you was talking about his old lady. Shut the fuck up with that shit. You just trying to do that shit for some fucking views and fucking likes. You didn't say pray for Flacco when he was going through it. Motherfucking fake ass motherfucker, you know what I mean? And I fucking made that clear on the live I did about fucking him. I was like, fuck you, you know what I mean? You're a fucking piece of shit. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, fucking like soon as the individual felt comfortable, like he felt so comfortable because he knew Flacco was sitting down and Flacco couldn't fucking motherfucker literally I'll reach out and fucking say something. I don't give a fuck. You're not gonna speak on the homie like that because you feel comfortable enough because you know he's, you know what I mean? Like, come on, that's bandito shit. That's fucking dope fiend tactics. You know what I mean? You know?
He's single-handedly, my boy, responsible. I mean, aside from so much shit, for him putting shit into your ex co-host's ear, smutting you up, doing all kinds of shit, bro. I could only imagine all this shit.
Bro, if they think the paperwork he did with American Cholo should say it all, bro. That if he did that, bro, to American Cholo and it was revealed, everything I was telling people people should make sense. And you know what?
He thinks he's Machiavelli, dog. That fool's Machiavelli playing. He motherfuckers Machiavelli think he's a chess player when he's still playing checkers, bro. I don't even understand the ego that this fool has, bro. And as many people as he's burned, I'm just glad everything flipped, so that eventually everybody seen that I was telling the truth. Because the way that I found out he was doing it was because I was planting seeds everywhere, bro. I knew what was going on while I was the only one that knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate it took so goddamn long, but I held strong as many times as they try to buy me out. Like, hey, fuck yeah, hey, let's put that in the past. We'll blow up your channel. 2 times, him and Dubs. I was like, no, fuck that, homie, because I know there's gonna be a day where this piece of shit is gonna get his he's gonna get his karma, and I'm gonna be right there to fucking say I told you so. You know?
Man.
So trip out. Like I met this white crip up here, right? Let's just say that he was in Two Rivers with the fucking runner at the time. The runner was, pointing fingers and shit. It just say that.
I'm the one that brought that up, bro.
Yeah. Well,
say it again.
Like, so I met this white crip up here. He's originally from Cali and shit, but he's a crip from up here. You know what I mean? He did fucking hella time up here and shit, and he was like talking about the YouTube shit and all that, and I was like, "Oh, you watch those videos and shit?" Like I didn't say anything like who I was and shit, nothing like that. You know what I mean? He goes, "Yeah." He goes, and then that fucking dude, what's his name? Fucking the Gunners Collective. I was with that dude in Two Rivers.
Okay.
So he better watch
Oregon, right?
Yeah, he better watch out because I got something in the safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. He's like, yeah, that dude was a fucking lame. He went by fucking Mr. Merced and shit.
Yep. Yeah, they said he told on that bulldog, bro.
Yeah, no, he did. He told on Dreamer. The Dreamer brought the paperwork out. That's why it first came out.
No, Teardrop. He told on a cat named Teardrop.
Oh, Teardrop, yeah. Well, see, that crip was saying he told on a couple people.
Hey, you know what? The crazy part that to me is like, why do you guys think, man? Look, I've never done a video on Gunner and his fucking paperwork. I've never really mentioned too many times as far as him telling or things like that. Because honestly, bro, I don't care about that shit. You know why I say that? Obviously, he's a POS for doing that shit. After because especially because he claims he's this and that, right?
Oh, he's
But the
not though.
reason, but the reason why I really don't emphasize that shit is because it doesn't matter to me in the sense where other people don't care. Look, there's
Nah.
people that watch you that aren't with that gang shit, ain't with that code, or none of that shit, right? That's why I've always focused on the dirty ass movidas that he's done behind the scenes to smut people up, manufacture shit. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to do with what he did in his career, and more of what he's done to smut people up. You know what I'm saying? And the lies that
But
he's told in his stories. You know, I
but
think that's more powerful than or any blemishes he will have in his career. You know?
that's funny though, because like I said, when this individual dropped that video about, oh, I got packed out of the hotel over a Haina. No. Let's get this straight. You didn't get
He
packed out of
actually
the
did a video
hotel.
on you specifically.
No, so he had, so after I had came out with, I reminded him on the live because he was on live with Dubs when I put that in the comment. I paid $4.99. I paid $4.99 to make sure he remembered, and Conejo was there. He
Yeah.
seen it. The look
Hey,
on his face was
disclaimer.
priceless.
Hey, disclaimer, real quick before obviously, I can't wait for your story. I've literally never seen a live with him and Dubs. I don't give a fuck who believes it, who doesn't. I legitimately have never seen a live with him and Dubs. Never in my life. I couldn't stand looking at that piece of shit. But go ahead.
Yeah. So he had bought out, like, so after the whole, people kept saying, like, hitting him up about, the story when I fucking jammed him up about the dead end on the back of his head. He dropped a video where he knocked two people out at the store, but then he took it down right away, right? So then he dropped a video like he got beat up in a motel kind of in photos, right? It wasn't over a hundred. This fucking dude had the audacity to be running around saying that he was that he was this, that he was fucking, and when they ran the make on him, it came back as like fucking Maury Povich. The test results in, and you are not a Hermano. When they fucking packed him out of the motel. So he didn't
Damn.
get beat up over a Haina. He got beat up. Fucking
This is something that people don't realize, right? There
Truth
is different there is different levels to this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? There is different levels to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some people do things because they're just snakes. Some people do things because they're scared. People do things because they're personal. And that's why I brought up my video the other day. I said with my issues, right? Those individuals, they turned a blind eye to a motherfucking woman who was sexually fucking assaulted, who was my wife. There's a big difference between one feeling a certain way about a certain issue and how you deal with it, as opposed to people who are doing it because they're scared or they're trying to get out of time or whatever it may be. There is different layers to this. People don't realize that. They're only looking for the act, right? But they don't look at the cause. There's a cause and effect to everything. You know what I'm saying? Just like people want to call people for associating with fucking, dudes on Megan's Law, Chomos and whatnot. So were all these individuals that were involved in my situation. They supported the fucking predator. They didn't support him. They allowed him to get away with it because they thought it was going to be a fucking financial gain. You know what I'm saying? But no one wants to talk about that part when it comes to me. You know what I'm saying? They only want to talk about this part. But this is what the issue caused it. These dudes were fucking supportive of an individual who should have been on fucking Megan's Law. So really, who gives a fuck what happened to those fucking fools? That's my perspective of it. You know what I mean? But people don't talk about that. I'm not like I said, like Gunner or someone else. They're trying to do things because they're scared of doing time, or they're scared of doing this, or they're just fucking snakes. There's a big difference. Like I said, there's different layers to this, and people never call that out. And because people have never experienced it unless they were in those shoes, then they would understand it.
yeah, a lot of those dudes, like, they honestly, like, there's dudes that talk a good one, like they're fucking super fucking, they're with the functions and stuff, but they wouldn't last 5 minutes on a yard where it was really functioning, They play the part. They pretend to be something they're not. They sit there and they talk a good one. You know what I mean? They feed you a bunch of shit. It's telling you these stories, and you got these impressionable minds that believe that shit. And then next thing you know, like people believe it, and it's not true. You know what I mean?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I
Do
can hear
hear
you.
you?
Okay, cool. I was hooking up my soundbar. Yeah, I mean, so hey, Flaco, let me ask you this. When you said with you and your situation, what you
Now
mean by
can't hear
that?
him. You there,
You can't
Smokey?
hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so Flaco, as far as when you said when you and your situation, what did you mean by that? Right now, when you were talking about that.
Who, me? You
Yeah,
talking about
that
me,
what you're
right?
saying with yeah. When it comes to
Well,
the female shit, the female stuff that you were talking about. Is he breaking up, guys, or is that me?
I was broken up. I can barely hear him.
Okay. Flaco, you breaking up, my boy. Because I mean, some of the things you guys are talking about, bro, like I have no idea about. Um, you guys have been on lives, do your things, and I honestly, bro, I have not caught like up onto a lot of things, bro. So I don't know.
If you go to my page, there's a couple lives I left up. I did listen to them, and then you kind of get an idea.
Okay.
Just fucking. You know what I mean? Just I mean, my shit's directed towards those two lovebirds over there and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, that's good. That's a good thing for me. Like honestly, like I really just unless I see a thumbnail, you know what I'm saying? Like, uh, uh, um, whenever the times that I have spoke on something is because I see somebody else talking about it, and then I listen to the video a little bit, and then I put in my 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah.
know when
No.
it pertains to this piece of shit, that to me is just like I'm gonna make sure that I give my 2 cents as far as my experience, let alone what you guys experience has been with him.
Yeah,
And
but the thing is like, why do motherfuckers gotta lie about shit? Why do they gotta make up
exactly,
stories?
bro. Like it's fucking
Why?
sad, bro.
Like
You, I,
never denied the fact that hey, I got hit. Fuck yeah, I got hit. You know what I mean? On some fucking personal vendetta bullshit. You know what I mean? I went on a couple
bro,
missions, got utilized, and fucking bam, that was it. You know what I mean?
bro, getting hit in prison, bro, and you staying strong, it's like it's a pride thing, bro. It's a prideful thing to look at. Like if
Man,
anything, it's something like that's right, homeboy, that's right, dog. You're back in here. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, you
I,
didn't
I,
check in. You know what I'm saying?
you know what I mean? Like I knew it was coming. I mean, I fucking knew it was coming. I mean, it's not like I didn't know it was coming. I mean, I fucking got off too. I mean, but I didn't go sit there and fucking spill the fucking beans. I was like, I don't know what happened. That was it. I mean, you want to send me the hole? Send me the hole. I don't give a fuck. I don't know shit. You
I
know what
just did a video, bro. 1 versus 6 for 39 seconds. They fucked me up, bro. I
I mean?
went into that corner, bro. Got my ass open several times.
Yeah,
Bro,
but the thing is, though,
So,
like,
first time. He's like,
so L, what I was talking about is regarding on the individuals, right? When I flipped and all that, it was in regards to a certain high-ranking member who the predator in the situation was being given basically a pass because he gave this dude a false fucking pipe dream, and these other brothers were not being supportive because they were scared to go against this high-ranking member. Therefore, they kind of went against me. They kind of allowed an individual to sexually assault my wife and get away with it based upon the fact that a high-ranking member thought he was going to benefit financially from it. That was the
damn.
basis of my decision. You know what I'm saying? And that's people can go
Oh,
back.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, there's different layers to this. People don't always talk about the cause and effects and why. They only want to talk about what happened, but they don't talk about the truth. And if you really go back and talk to anybody that was there at that time, they can 100% confirm my story on that.
hey, Flacco, that
Yeah,
high-ranking individual is no longer alive, right? If I think I know what you're talking about.
nah, it's Lencho.
Lencho, all right.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. Mister, I'm
So
fucking. You know who I am?
now I'm gonna tell you something that's a little flip side to this. There was only one person who got anything because of me on that. Two of them didn't get nothing because they were already got caught up and they dropped everything that was in regard to me. So people want to sit there and put a 10 on a fucking on a one and 20 on a one and create something that wasn't. You know what I mean? These dudes basically condoned and supported a dude who was a sexual predator and tried to fucking sexually assault my fucking wife and tried to grab her at the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't fucking sit there and talk about. They only talk about the action. Well, what about these motherfuckers that were over there fucking turning a blind eye to this?
No, and
To me,
I get what you're saying. Like everybody's more focused on the action, not what led up to the action and why you made the choice you made. You know, they don't know the backstory and then why you made the decision you made. They
I mean,
look at it.
the backstory is, in my eyes, these dudes are fucking trash. They're garbage. If you support anybody on Megan's Law, then you're just as much a part of the problem. Am I right? If
Yeah,
you condone it, you're just as much a part of it, and that's my whole point of it. These dudes were fucking supportive and condoning it. Therefore, they're just like any other fucking child predator or fucking chomo or sexual fucking predator. And that's the whole point to the story. Otherwise, I could have knocked down half of San Jose if I wanted to. Put it that way, bro.
no,
That's a fact.
I trust me, Flacco. I still know some older individuals, and like I've heard highly about what Flacco did and how he conducted himself when he was out there. And yeah, I can say that Flacco speaks from the heart, and he's not bullshitting about what he says. You know, there's older cats around still that they don't get on YouTube. They're not with the bullshit, but they will verify that Flacco was, you know what I mean, doing what he's, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So, therefore, that's the only thing anybody has to try to fucking tarnish or to discredit. And it's not, if you really look at it, motherfucker, you're supposed to always back your family. If you've been betrayed and they were disloyal to you, then you owe nobody anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you got dudes that do things because they're scared of doing time or they're scared of this and that. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is on a different level than this. You get what I'm saying? It's totally different in my eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just my perspective. And yeah, I'm involved in it, right? But I would say that about anybody. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I'm gonna say this, Flacco, and I never told you this before, right? Me, I've never, not saying that Smokey has up there. Me, I've never been dealt. Have I been faced with a decision to say some shit to get out of whatever situation? Of course I have. Did I do it? I did it. But mine was not only did I get told out of my case from my enemies, it had nothing to do with your situation. I blasted some of my enemies. That fool told on me in a hospital with the gangness, coercing him, blah blah, whatever. Went to the side. They wanted me to give up a cell. What cell phones? Who had knives? Things like that. Get cells hit, right? Hell no. I spent 6 months in the hole. Whatnot. Now, if anybody out there that feels like they could judge this man for having done what he did, having listened to that story, which you just told me right now, because I never knew the circumstances under. I never known the circumstances of which you did what you did, right? And that's why I was sitting here looking down, kind of thinking about it. I'm like, damn, if somebody did that shit to my wife, like, and I want everybody out there to think about it, right?
Yeah.
Don't be you judge somebody until you've been put in that situation. And like Smokey said, he has no reason to believe, and he personally knows that homeboys always told the truth. And I have no reason to believe that he hasn't told the truth because that's never been an attack on his character, right?
Yeah.
Now him saying that the situation and these dudes getting over on your wife and that fool, dude in power of that caliber, okaying that, like what that makes him a bigger POS than somebody bringing him down, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's my whole opinion.
Exactly.
That's my whole opinion. But nobody ever wants to sit there and say that, bro. Like people are afraid to fucking speak the truth on it, right? Toko knows about it. Toko was out there at the times, bro, and people were shocked. There was a lot of people that were upset. You know what I'm saying? And beforehand, because they were it was talks on the streets, man. Because I had pull out there, bro. I had authority, but then this dude had more authority, and basically this dude sold him a pipe dream. Now, the trip on this is this individual was working with this dude because I'm the one that placed him with him. I'm the one that said, "Here, you're gonna work with this dude."
Hey,
You know what
Flaco,
I'm saying?
real quick,
Yeah.
before you finish, I just want to let everybody know Sacred Herd is with us. She just tapped in, and
No,
just say
Sacred
hi
Heart's
to
the
her real
Hey
homie
quick,
over here.
everybody. Hey
just
Flacco.
real
Yes,
quick.
that's
But
the
yeah, go ahead.
homie. Hey Smokey. Hey
Hey,
El.
what's going on?
What's up with it, man? Yeah, Sacred Heart's
Go
the
ahead,
homie
finish
right
up.
there.
Finish up.
Yeah,
Yes,
but you know
sir. Finish up. Finish what?
that's one thing that people try to neglect, and because they have no answer for it, bro. Because they don't want to. Because if you really sit there and present that to people, it makes you look at the whole situation a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, this is what really happened. Okay, well, he backed up his family. And some people say, oh, you did it for a bitch. Well, there's a difference when it's fucking your wife, your kid's mother, your your sister,
Don't matter who
your mom.
it don't matter who you did it with.
You
I
know what
don't
I'm
care if it's a
saying?
hood rat, a hoe. I don't care if it's a
Exactly,
hood
bro.
rat, a prostitute, a female, bro, cannot be done raped dirty like that. You got me fucked up.
Now they tried to
Not you.
pacify.
I'm saying
Now now
we're
they tried to pacify the situation. We'll deal with it later. We'll deal with it later. What's there to talk about?
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I've if anybody's heard this story, I've told it about 3 times, and I've never changed anything in my story, bro. It's always been the same fucking way. You know what I'm saying? I've never fucking there's in fact the only thing that can happen is maybe I remember something to add to it. You know what I mean? But as far as everything else, that's where I've always stand. And the thing is for a while I was trying to be like on here. I was like, well, you know what? There's no justifying it. You know what, man? That's me just trying to cater to the YouTube viewers. Fuck these them fools for what they did, bro. Fuck them that they turned their back. Because right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's the
Exactly.
fucking truth. And that's the truth of it. Because for a while I was trying to be like, oh yeah, like accept accountability of it, right? And I was. I say, okay, there's no justifying it, there's no this and that. Well, you know what? Nah, that's bullshit. Because you should always defend your family at all costs. When those that betray you are disloyal to you, you owe them fucking nothing. And therefore, if I'm gonna sit there and say, well, there's no justify that, I'm admitting that I did something wrong. And in my eyes, I did nothing fucking wrong.
and you know what, bro? It doesn't matter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I say that because it, your heart knows the truth, my boy. Your truth, whether it coincides with everybody else's truth or not, it's irrelevant, bro. Whatever your truth is, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people that, including me, that I mean, I agree with that shit. As far as like anybody mistreating women, especially to the extreme, right? So it goes
Yeah.
without saying that I mean, the reasons why you did it are more than justified, right? Now, for the rest of the people out there, what you did to justify your revenge, or at least your instant karma for them, there's always going to be people that don't agree with that shit. But at the end of the day, bro, it doesn't fucking matter, bro. As
Yeah, but they're
long
not.
as
They would have that same energy if the same ones that feel that way are probably the ones that are gonna fucking flip if they get some time or this and that, right? See me?
they're all,
Anything,
they're all, they're
anything I
all, bro,
do,
they're all going to do it.
anything,
They're all going to do it. Trust me,
anything
they're
I
all.
do, bro. This thing about me, right? Through my whole tenure after this, anything I do, I can take accountability for my own actions. If I catch a case or something like that, like I have, I got nothing to say about nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that
Yeah.
shit. They just don't separate the two. That this is a whole personal thing. This had nothing to do with anything else but being personal. And if they go, if they're privileged to get into the documents as far as fucking the grand jury statements, they'll hear that. They will hear everything that this was not no, there was no fucking promises or guarantees or nothing. This was fucking personal. I made it clear that that's what it was about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, I
hey, I
mean,
gotta tap out. I gotta tap out though. I just wanted to tap in for a little bit. I got some errands to do, man. But I appreciate Smokey L and Sacred Heart.
Hey,
Hey
Flacco.
Flacco.
Flacco, you
Yeah.
still got my number, bro?
Nah, hit me up on the email, bro.
All right, I'll hit you up on the email. I'll slide you the number, bro.
All right, cool.
All right, bro.
All right, stay safe. Have a good day. It's nice talking to you and hearing your voice.
Most definitely. Hey, hit me up. You know how to get a hold of me, Sacred.
Yes, for sure.
All right, cool.
hey, Flaco. Flaco, how can I get a hold of you? Okay. He's gone. I'm messing. um, what's up, though, man? What you guys got going on? What you got going on, Sigurd?
Nothing. I've just been dealing with a bunch of drama with neighbors the last couple of days, and today seems to be like a pretty chill day so far. Knock on wood, nothing crazy happens. But apart from that, I've already just done my thing for the day. I'm just chilling with my son, my dogs.
And you ever checked
What about
out
you guys?
You ever checked out
Yeah,
Smokey's channel? Oh, good shit.
I
Okay,
have.
so
I've
that's
caught some
good.
of his lives. Yeah.
Check it out,
What's
Alex.
up,
That's good.
Check out the
Smokey?
channel. What's up? Nothing. Chilling. Just
That's good shit.
fucking enjoying the day. Just waiting for something to happen. Pretty much
But
how it
well,
goes.
Something
Hurry,
that
yeah.
hurry up!
happened.
Hurry up and fucking hurry up and wait.
Yeah, he's waiting for some shit to burn down. Hey, get down.
Little bit.
I
Nah, there's
fucking
Yeah.
supposed to be lightning and higher temperatures in the southern part of this state and northern part of California this weekend. So we'll see what happens.
could either one of you remind me how I can change my picture right there? Do I go to the little three dots?
It's
Or
it's
right?
either that or the
Oh, oh,
it says edit
oh,
avatar or some shit like that.
edit avatar. And
Yeah.
where do I go with that?
Probably
For that.
where the picture where there should be some dots where your picture's at, or you click on your name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, click on your name and edit audio avatar.
Right. Let's see. Yeah, because I like keeping my fucking shit on. When I first fucking had my fucking was that her dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that dog probably eating a cat or something. She was like, I'm gone. She'll be back. Yeah, I can't even remember. Bro, I did this shit so long ago that I can't even fucking remember how to do this shit, bro. Like, I would have to fucking like do everything all over again for me to fucking I don't even know why the fuck it reset. Okay, 'cause you guys gotta understand that when I had my last channel, my first channel, everything was set up already. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't touch it for over a year. So I was just like, actually a year. I did my year anniversary, and then that shit got hacked and fucking deleted and shit. But I had everything fucking set up and shit.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Let's see.
Irony. To answer your question, yeah, I seen Hawaii. I think there was 36 confirmed fatalities so far. Whole towns and villages lost, and if they give, if
Are you talking about the Hawaiian fires?
yeah, if we get the resource order, yeah, we'll go over there.
AM says, L, question, if you were to join the military, which branch? Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines? Marines, 100%. I was in the young Marines when I was a teenager, and then my stupid ass went back to went right back to fucking to the halls.
All right, so that's what something happened. That's similar to me. I actually was gonna go to the Marines. I went and took the ASVAB. I did the physical. I was waiting on a waiver for points on the ASVAB, and then I caught my case.
Damn. Yeah, I mean the program that I'm talking about was called, like I said, the Young Marines. That was workout, discipline, the suit, everything, bro. Like, man, bro, like I was my dumb ass was already from the hood and shit, thinking I'm a no gangbanger and shit, which I was.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, check this out. Look, we're gonna get the workout, bro. We get the workout. Get the bar work.
That's a nice house, bro. Fuck the workout. That's a nice house, bro. Got a cool pad.
It's the barracks and shit, bro. It's like where we stay at. So
Okay. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, good. That's just nice. That's good shit.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys.
No, it's
you're
nice,
good.
bro. You know what I mean?
We kind of figured that your dog went crazy. I was like, that dog's probably eating a cat right now.
My dog was trying to eat a neighbor.
Oh damn! Trust me, because I know my pit, bro. Like every time I try to freaking take her to the back to take to use the restroom, she takes off on me, and it's always because of cats or little freaking what is that? The squirrels. The squirrels. There you go. She can't climb that tree, so she loses.
Mine's a yeah. Mine's a puppy, so he's just like stupid puppy happy is what I call it. Everybody's interesting, everything is fun.
Yeah. That's your workout machine right there, Smokes.
That's just that's like the pull up bar and the dip bar and stuff. We have some weights and shit inside, and then you know what I mean. go run and fucking do all that shit out here and hike. So
Good shit. I have a little gym membership, so they got everything in that motherfucker. So it's not like I can freaking show you the gym that I have in my house because I don't have one. I got a little 25-pound dumbbell. Other
it's
than
cool.
that, man,
I mean,
I got a member.
we got like it's a community kitchen. We got like 2 fridges in there, a bunch of shit. There's like, say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's like 12 different bunks and shit. We got bunks in here and shit. So
Yeah. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Sacred? As far as anybody being okay? I mean, I think the answer is obvious, but so I guess I'll ask you this: what do you think about dudes being okay with allowing dudes politically, especially gang members, right? Um, allowing them to take advantage of a woman, and furthermore, what do you think about what's done about it as far as like the laws and shit like that? Has it ever happened in your life? Not like you specifically, but anybody in your life, your family members, and obviously only share what you want to share.
Of course. Well, I'm just gonna take the gang aspect out of it because I feel like it doesn't matter the situation as far as
I
who
only
you're
said,
associated with.
I only inserted that because that's
Yeah.
what the conversation was in there. But go ahead, it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
No,
It
yeah, for
doesn't matter.
sure. No, for sure. When Flacco was talking about it, obviously I can't relate to being in jail or being attached to any organizations or anything like that. But so I was thinking about it from the perspective of just people in general, or if the shoe was on the other foot, you know what I mean? Would they be okay with somebody else taking, something in the pocket just to let something happen to anybody else? As far as has something like I'm going through something like that right now with somebody that I was supposed to trust. You know what I mean? I had gotten injured at work, so I'm in the process of recovery with my back. And my chiropractor actually took advantage of me a couple weeks ago, where he had me in a position laying down. My arms were crossed, his arms were around me, and his weight on top of me. And then he decided to stick his hand up my shorts, and he was getting very close to my groin area, and I had to, and saying something really disgusting in my ear at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, but he said the first time that I seen you, I wanted to like crossing the line on so many levels. And this is somebody I'm going to trusting with my body, literally with my body, but it put me in a position to where like now I had to think about it. I had to think about it and think like, all right, what do I do in this? Because I'm a strong person and emotionally it messed with me for a little while, but I have to look at the long game as far as I'm concerned, how I handle things. So I was like, all right, well, I got to let them know. So I let them know. I let the office know, hey, this happened. It happened to me. I gave them a written statement. The thing that made me really decide to do that is that I don't know if he did that to anybody else. And I don't know if he's going to do it to anybody in the future who cannot withstand that type of a situation.
Yeah, you gotta stop.
Fortunately and unfortunately, I've been aware of that type of behavior from a very young age. From a very young age, I was warned about stay away from this person and given explicit detail of what can happen, what the possibilities were. So I was made very aware that was bad. It was not good behavior. It's unacceptable. It makes you like the lowest of the low, So I don't believe that there is any price, any political association that would allow or make it okay for someone to be like, all right, we're gonna let that pass. Unfortunately, that's not reality. You know what I mean? People are people, and we do great and horrible things to each other every day. I think it's sad. I think it says a lot about a person's character, and I stand firm that if anybody's okay with somebody that does that, they're not the people for me. Let me just put it that way. They're not my people. I don't want to be around that. I don't want anybody to ever question whether or not I'm okay with something like that. So for me, it's no. Now legally, so now I have a lawyer, right? Going back to my chiropractor story. Now I have a lawyer. I have to make somebody accountable, not just give him a slap on the wrist. I have to make him accountable. I have to make him take responsibility because he's not done it. It's a long process. It costs money. and the reality is, what my lawyer tells me is he's probably just going to get some sort of a probation. If it's up, excuse me, it's up to us to take it to the board, like the medical board that he's involved with, and let them know so that they can do an investigation. And all I'm going to get is some money. And everybody's telling me like, oh, well, everybody's telling me like, oh, well, hey, you're going to get a bag and this and that. Well, you know what? I would have been happier had it just never happened to me. I didn't need that as a 42-year-old woman. You know,
people think that money fixes everything, and it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. You just get different problems.
No amount of money could ever fix my mentality. If they were to give me, let's just say I spent those 15 years in prison. Let's just say I've spent 30 years in prison, right? And for something I didn't commit, right? I did what I had to do in there to survive, put in work, whatever. You get caught up. Some people that aren't even gang members go in there, they get caught up in the situation. And in order for them to survive, they have to put in work, do what they have to do for the factions, whatever, etc.
Mm-hmm.
No amount of money would ever cure my PTSD. You know, the nights that I wake up sweating with heart racing, the amount of nightmares that I get, and I'm not saying nightmares like I'm being victimized. I'm saying nightmares like I'm in there, I stab somebody, and I get life, and I never get out. You know, and then I wake up, fuck, I'm out. Thank God. You know, like that shit's fucked up. You know, that's just fucked up. And those moments where I'm in there in my dreams thinking that I'm catching life, I'm still locked up. Wow. I have at least 100 of those dreams, at least 150 of those dreams for every 365 days in a year. You know, not to mention the panic attacks, the heart racing, things like that. So this incident's gonna stick with you for the rest of your life, no matter how much fucking money you get. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I know that. I know that.
Well, then this is what I mean. Like for people out there that think that money fixes all things, it fucking doesn't. It fucking doesn't.
Nope.
So my next point is this. If he has done some shit like this before, I hope that they indeed do run an investigation and that they run a good investigation so that they reach out to every single one of their clients, not just current clients, but former clients. You know what I'm saying? And investigate truly so that it can become a criminal case. You know, once it becomes a criminal case, then that piece of shit he'll have more than just being suspended or being on leave or what have you. He'll be in fucking prison, bro. And if he gets caught up and he did that to more than you, just because of the shit that he did to you, I think he should have life in prison. Honestly, that's all. You know, like, sorry for anybody out there that agrees with the type of behavior, but no, I don't think anybody in here agrees with that type of behavior. I'm just saying. In the universe, he should be in prison for the rest of his life. He took advantage of his not only his professionalism, his job, that he took advantage of you. And that's fucked up. That's not cool. I have a daughter.
Yeah.
You know, I have a 9-year-old daughter. I would not want that to happen to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I have a 9-year-old daughter too. I would not want that to happen to my daughter. Period. I will kill that for myself.
Exactly. Well, see, I've never been shy to talk about my mental illnesses, and like I've already shared with you a couple of things that I went through because of my dad's. But aside from that, like I had my own experience, like a lot of women have, and even a lot of men, and that's really sad being a boy mom, knowing that boys experience this too, and you can't talk about it, you know, because it makes it funny. But not to digress too much. But I mean, I was molested. I was that when I was about 12 years old, and it stuck with me. It made me hyper aware, um, to the point where I'm stressed out. I have mental illnesses that I'm dealing with day to day, even at this age, because of that. So when this happened, sort of resurged all of that. It made me start doubting myself. What did this guy see in me that made him think that he could do that to me? Was the main thing, and I don't have an answer for it. So I'm sitting here in my
Oh,
emotions
you know why?
about,
You know why? Hold on, let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. You know why? Because it has nothing to do with you. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you, bro. There is nothing in your appearance and the way that you carry yourself. Nothing. That's all him. That's his disease. That's his sickness.
oh yeah,
You didn't do
oh no, no,
anything
I
for him to do that shit to you. So for you to say that, I mean, obviously I know that you're strong as fuck. But even if you thought this way younger, or even if you still have those elements left in your mental, like just know that shit. Like you didn't do shit for to
I
bring
appreciate
that
it.
forward. Motherfuckers are just dirty, bro. Dirty.
I
You could
appreciate it.
have the coldest woman. You could have the coldest woman with no type of familiarity or smile or nothing, politeness. The sick ass motherfuckers are still gonna do it. They're sick. Go ahead.
Well, then there's, yeah, I appreciate you saying that, because like I said, it threw me back to that like 12-year-old mind where I was just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, why am I having to go through this? It also exposed people to me. You know what I mean? The people that I felt comfortable sharing it with right away, it showed me who the ones that got it and the ones that didn't. You know what I mean? I'm not saying better or worse. I'm just saying a different mindset. And like you were saying, people think that money fixes problems. It doesn't. You know, I grew up hella poor, but my mom came from a well-to-do family. And you know what? Those people had some sick ass problems themselves. And just because they had money and good credit and owned properties and homes everywhere throughout the state didn't fix any of it. And probably more depraved than your average person. You know what I mean? Like bad.
They enable the insanity. They enable the sickness.
Oh,
Crazy
yeah.
because they have the money to exploit it. That's yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
And they had the
Biggest
money
part
to
of
cover it up. They had the money
biggest
to
part
cover it up.
exactly.
And they had political ties because they helped settle an area, a couple of cities, you know what I mean? So they had strong roots. And you know, unfortunately, our families, and it's a good thing too, but like we all stick together and we keep things a secret. You know what I mean? We hold on to these things. We don't want other people to judge us because of whatever reasons. You know what I mean? Because of a status. When
And
it
you,
doesn't mean anything if you're hurting
and you know
people.
what the fucked up thing is? Look, look. You know what the fucked up thing is that on this subject, like imagine how many people this shit happens to within their
Oh
family.
yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
it happens a lot, unfortunately. And imagine
Mm-hmm.
how many innocent girls and even innocent boys, you know, because this shit happens to
Mm-hmm.
boys too, you know.
Oh
Imagine just how many boys and girls that this shit happens to. Um, and even if the family members find out, like they don't want that scandal in their life. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? But it's just like,
It's a
nah, bro.
blemish.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They hush it down. They bury it and
Mm-hmm.
all that,
Oh
not
yeah.
knowing. I mean, I feel like that's the old school way of dealing with
Yep.
things. Any family out there right now dealing with this type of scandal in their family, regardless of how much, bro, it don't matter who the fuck it is. It don't matter how fucking much you like this cat or this woman, whoever the fuck is doing it. You should fucking never cover up for them, ever. Because if it did it to your own family member, what the fuck is to stop them from doing it to anybody else? You know what I'm saying?
Or
And
can I add?
go ahead.
Can I add? If that's your person that you're willing to protect, what makes you think that if they could do it to their family or their close relations, that they won't turn around and do it to you or yours? That
Or one of your
happens
kids.
all the time. Yep, that happens all the time. What makes you think that their sickness and their disease is somehow because of your friendship is going to absolve them of that with your people, with your family, with your loved ones? More likely
And
than not, it'll happen.
let's just say they catch them, and their justification is like ostracizing them from the family. Well,
Yep.
wherever the fuck you ostracize them to, they're gonna do it to somebody else. Just because they're not their
Right.
family doesn't mean that it makes it okay. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But that's fucked up. That's not cool at all. So I'm hoping that nowadays, and this shouldn't be. I mean, obviously, you're gonna have like your street. You're gonna have your street mentality. Like, if you catch somebody, turn them into the cops, right? The street mentality would be like, "Oh, I can't call the cops." Well, if you're still street, well, beat the shit out of them or kill them. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes like that, man, do not deserve to be alive. They do. Dudes like that do not deserve to be alive. And even if it comes down to it happening to somebody that's in a gang member family, or
Mm,
like a family where somebody doesn't believe in calling the cops, or unless you
mm.
kill them, you know what I'm saying? Like you,
Yep.
I would think that that exonerates you, or at least excuses you from the whole snitchy shit, because this shit's universal. This shit's
It is.
universal. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, so either you kill them or you fucking call the cops on them. You know what I'm saying? If you call the cops, I don't think you'll be considered a snitch, because this is an animal that needs to be put away, and not to victimize any other child or person for the rest of their lives. This is a disease that cannot
Yep.
be cured, in my opinion. But yeah.
Yep. And I feel like in society, if we don't do what is necessary, then it just makes it sort of okay on like different levels. Like they'll consider it, oh, they just did a little bit of this, or oh, they just did that, or oh, it was really terrible. You know what I mean? Instead of realizing that even if it's minor, sometimes it has the biggest implications. You know what I mean? You lose so much in those situations. You lose so much more than just what they took from you physically. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's all bad. And I don't know. I don't believe in turning the other cheek myself. For better or worse, I am what I am.
You know what's
And I'm going to
crazy?
say,
Because I have people in my life that, I mean, I've had people in my life growing up, my little cousins, my primas, my primos, where some shit like that was going on, you know?
mm,
And when I was a kid, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. By the time my pops or my mom's, before she passed away, told me about that shit, this was years before I even fucking. And when I say I understood what was going on, I was still young, man. I was a kid. I was like,
yeah.
what, 16 years old, you know? I was already
Mm,
3 years out of the halls, but I was still a kid. I'm 16 years old, bro.
yeah.
I'm thinking I'm a grown ass man, but I understand now. Um, and I asked her, like, hey, what happened with so and so? What happened with that situation? And she told me. I was like, damn. I guess instinctively I knew that there was something wrong going on. To see an
Mm-hmm.
uncle, abusing a niece, to me it was just like, damn, like that's not
Yeah.
natural. And I seen him do it. I walked in on him doing it, or more. Look, this is the crazy part. But the time that I walked in on him, he had already gotten her into liking it, right?
Right.
Which is fucking ridiculous. But after talking to her later on in my life, like, she didn't want it. She didn't know what the hell
No.
sex was. She didn't know none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So this fucking piece of shit took advantage of her from the moment that she didn't know what the hell sex was. She didn't want it.
Yep.
So eventually she ended up just putting up with it, because part of it was pleasure, even though if
Yep.
she still felt conflicted. And I couldn't even
Yeah.
imagine, my cousin, my female cousin, I couldn't even imagine her emotions, like what she
Mm,
went, the complexity of the emotions, the evolution of our emotions and all that. Like it's just fucked up because the abuse went on for years, you know,
Yeah.
and it's
And
just all bad.
like I've known a couple of people, and one person I know, I'm not going to name them because this is their story, but it's not my story, it's someone else's story that we're very close with.
Yeah, of course.
um she was abused by her neighbor from the time that she was 4 till she was 8 years old. And people don't understand that there is an element of pleasure there, but it's not because the child desires it, it's because your body is your body. And
Yeah, of
regardless
course.
of whether you want it or not, yeah, it'll do what it does. And a little girl or a little boy is not going to understand what that means in any sort of complex way. You know what I mean? The damage is the complexity, like you said. And excuse me. And when he stopped because he moved, um, she became a depressed 8-year-old because she was like, oh, now who's gonna love me? Because he told her that that's the way that they loved each other. That, you know, instead of a hug, that's what happened. And he groomed her until she was comfortable enough, until she enjoyed it, until she was 8 years old knocking on his door because she needed that sort of a pleasure. You know what I mean? It messes people up in so many different ways. And I don't mean that the person is a messed up person. I mean the things that it does to a person. Um, it can change
Yeah, no, it
everything
was
about your world.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's damn.
I
Like
feel for your
I'm
cousin,
gonna
man.
yeah, like I said, like when she mentioned pleasure, it was like you said, like it was just like your body's gonna feel what it does, you know, like there's pleasure involved with that type of behavior, right? But when it's not welcome,
Right.
that's when you become. But the complexity is pretty much another word as well for me for being conflicted, you know. So that being
Mm-hmm.
you're conflicted as fuck. You know it's not right. It feels good, but you don't want it,
Yep.
and it's just like you're conflicted as fuck. And then, man, bro, that he messed her up for the rest of her life, especially when it comes to relationships and a good ass man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
oh shit, hey Michael K. I was just thinking about you, bro, not too long ago. You always leave the cactuses with that freaking whatever the hell, the candle and all that. I asked you before what the hell that means. That fool always leaves that shit. I'm serious. He always
I'm
leaves
trying
that
to see.
shit. And I was thinking, like, is this fool trying to tell me I'm gonna be buried in the desert when I was living in Arizona? Or is he trying to tell me, like, is that something for him? You know, like, I don't. Anyways, anywho, that's crazy. Like, I was literally, I didn't think about this fool since I left Arizona, and I seen this last comment. I didn't think about him for
Right.
shit. Like 2 days ago, I was like, I remember that fool fucking leaving that shit. I was like, I wonder what the fuck that fool meant by that shit. Still to this day, you know.
It makes me it makes me think of
Yeah,
church.
it makes you think of church. So yeah.
Yep.
So to me, it's just Spanish. That's right. So to me, it's just like it damages people for the future relationships that they may want to have or partake in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like it's all bad. It's all fucking bad. Oh, look, he finally explained it. That's right. It's a Russian Orthodox cross. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, dog. Yeah, man. I've always
She.
wondered what the hell you meant by that shit. And since you put the cactuses, I'm sitting here thinking like, this fool. Does this fool know I live in the desert? He's putting a cross, the candles. I'm trying to say, did you understand that I've had legit death threats, bro? Like I've had, you know.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, is he trying to fucking like, you know, like I'm just saying, you know, without no words, and I would respect that because to me, it's just like there's been dudes. I live in Flagstaff, Arizona. Okay, I kind of figured that. I said, my boy, appreciate you, dog. Hell yeah, appreciate you. That's the first time he actually leaves 2 comments back in a row. Good shit.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's fucked up, man. Like the victims of this type of shit, um, is man, bro. Like I wish. Imagine like I think those are the dudes that do you okay, let me ask you this. Do you think there's a cure that do you or do you even think it's a disease? What's your thought on the whole mental process of it?
I think it can be both nature and nurture. You know what I mean? I think some of it is just in the person. And then I think that there are some people that they don't know any different. You know what I mean? And
So what you mean
in
by
my
nature and nurture, guys, it's a psychological term. So what you mean by nature and nurture is nature meaning you were born with it, nurture meaning you learned it from somebody,
Mhm.
whoever raised you,
Right.
whatever experiences you had in life. Nature and nurture. But go ahead, my bad.
Yeah. Because there are some people that they grew up in families where that's normal and not talking about it and just thinking that, oh, every family does it. You know what I mean? They don't quite understand until later on. Oh, and that's a whole other mind f. That's horrible. So I don't think that there's a cure. I don't think that there's a cure at all. We in the past, what have we done? We've castrated people. You know what I mean? We've put people to death. We've imprisoned them. How many people are cured? How many people are being exposed right now for being this type of an individual? You know, it's very prevalent, and women do it too. Mothers do it too. Babysitters that are female, they do it too. So I don't want. I just want to make sure that I include that because I don't want anyone to be like, oh, she's picking on dudes. You know what I mean? Um, I think
Yeah,
it's.
I mean,
I don't think there's a cure. I don't think there's a way to stop people from doing horrible things.
yeah, and just like I mentioned it earlier, and I think it was somebody in here said it when I said that there's boys. I think that's when you cut off and came back in, or maybe you heard
Mm.
it. When I was saying that there's boys out there getting abused too, you know,
Oh
and
yeah.
just like it exists on both sides. It's not just females, and that's not to say that. Oh well, you know, you only talk about females. What about the boys? No, like look for real.
Right.
Like it's females and males. Um, I, ca- I can't even explain how much I've been fucking disgusted by hearing the accounts of grown ass males abusing little kids, little boys.
Mhm.
Um, so I will say this. I will say this. I gotta be honest about this shit. Let me take a sip. I do believe there is a bit of a double standard. It doesn't make it okay. I feel like if there's a female that's over the age of an adult age and you fuck with a minor boy, you're in the wrong. You're in the
Yes.
wrong.
Yep.
Now, me growing up, when I was a kid, you know, I mean, obviously my life was not the conventional life. By the age of 14, 13, I was from the hood. 14, I got out. I was actually messing with a 28-year-old. You
Mhm.
know, I chased her, you know, what's what it was, you know, I'm over here banged out, whatever the fuck, you know. But I'm a kid. I'm a kid, right?
Yep.
Even if I didn't conduct myself as a kid in my mind and doing whatnot. Um, albeit she was a paisita, you know. Um, we were having sexual we were fucking every day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and she was what 14 years my senior, not to
Mhm.
mention an adult. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Obviously, if my mom would have found out, she probably would have tripped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If she would have asked me, "Are you fucking her?" I probably would have said, "Yeah, I'm messing with her." You know what I'm saying? But I'd have been like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm messing with her." So what? But I would have been like, "So what?" The moment she would
Yeah.
have told me, "Well, I'm gonna call the cops on her," I would have been like, "What the fuck? You better not." You know what I'm saying? That's my girl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I think even though that's not right, it's not a justification. Um, Not only was it a different time back then, but let's just say we were living in the same type of mentality from back then. Um, I think if you put things in context, like I said, it still doesn't make it right. Um, a young kid at my age at the time, thinking he's a grown ass man from a gang, organization type of shit, whatever. Put that in contrast with uh, junior high kid, right? A kid that's ready going into high school that gets seduced by a teacher that's 28 years old. You know what I'm saying? A kid is just regular. He doesn't, because like at that age, I grew up with dudes that were in their 20s, late teens. They're all in and out of prison, in and out of YA, all juvenile hall. I'm already getting locked up in there. I'm already I'm already out of the juvenile hall system the first year for carrying the 357, thinking I'm a badass, right? And that just add context to what I'm saying. Now, put that next to a kid, like I said, that's barely going into high school, a freshman, uh, barely out of junior high, trying to study, trying to do whatever the fuck. He still lives with his parents. He is doing his chores, gets allowances or whatnot, like regular shit,
Yeah.
And the teacher takes advantage of him. Obviously, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Both are wrong age-wise. But one of them, in my case, I'm consenting to it, even though by law it's illegal. The other one, he's not necessarily consenting to it. It's more of her taking advantage of him because she knows as a boy he has feelings, and as soon as she touches whatever she touches, it's gonna arouse him. You know what I'm saying? And that's where she takes
Yeah.
advantage of the situation, and that's where she's wrong.
Yep.
And so
Well,
what I was gonna say is the double standard of it. The double standard of it. A woman, it might not seem as bad for a woman, for the old school mind, right? For a woman to do engage in that type of behavior with a young man, a young teenager, as opposed to a dude, a guy, like a coach. You know what I'm saying? Like we
right.
hear a coach trying to touch a kid of that age. Obviously, we know that's fucking wrong. That's a dude, bro. That's completely foul, right? And even though, as well, a grown ass woman, even though it's a woman, that's where the double standard comes into play. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I would ask anybody here, would you be okay, regardless of how you grew up? That's the reason why I explained my side of things, right? Would you be okay with your 13-year-old, 14-year-old kid? It's not a gang member or nothing. Even if it was, doesn't matter. Messing with a 28-year-old woman, or let alone a dude, you know what I'm saying, that takes advantage of him. Both of them are taking advantage of him. Would
No,
you be okay with that?
I would not.
Of
My
course
son
not, right?
right now, my son right now is 22 years old. The things that I consider when I consider what my son is doing at the moment with his life and the decisions that he's making, I consider the fact that he's only 22. And when I was 22, even though I had taken on a big load, I was still a young adult. I wasn't a child anymore per se, but I still hadn't figured out life, the world, how it functioned, where my place was in it, nothing like that. His brain, the other thing that I consider is his brain is not fully developed yet. So why would I let him go into any kind of a situation where he's at a disadvantage, or where he's not able to give an enthusiastic consent to do anything? Not and a well-informed one, not just oh, this is how I feel about it type of a situation.
Even just like a full conscious,
Yeah,
like even a full conscious fucking, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then as far
And
as
the
the
reason
teacher
I ask
situation goes,
yeah.
oh, as far as the teacher situation goes, well, that teacher is in a position of power. I don't care how aroused that boy was, and him thinking that he's making this decision and it's right for him because he's a child. He doesn't know. I don't care how tall he is, how much he doesn't look like a kid, whether he's in or in jail or juvie, because then you throw a child in a situation where they're not able to develop. It stunts their emotional growth. You know what I mean? Like, it's the more you add on to it, the more circumstances, the more you have to, I feel like, protect that child from those type of situations, male or
And,
female.
and
It's not right.
and I don't think I need to ask you this, but would that apply to like a regular woman on the streets, not even in a position of power, just a regular older woman?
Yes.
They just say she's 14 and he's 14 and she's 18.
Yes. because a position of power doesn't necessarily mean your position as far as your job, or even if it's the fact, no, it's the fact that your position is the fact that you're older, you have more experience, you're wiser, you know how to manipulate somebody's emotions, especially a 14-year-old. Show him your boobs or whatever, twerk on them a little bit, and boom, you got him. You know what I mean? It doesn't take much.
So let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
What if it's a boy? The way that I grew up, right? My dumbass thought I was older than the years that I was, and I was the one getting at these girls. Okay, so let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. The woman that I got at that I started messing around with was 28 years old. She was my mom's friend slash babysitter. She was her friend first, then she started babysitting us. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh in a messed up way.
No, you're good.
Yeah, my fucking insanity she was our babysitter, and I looked at her. She had 2 daughters at the time, and I did everything that I could to get at her. She shot me down several times because she knew that it was wrong. She's like, "No, not only am I babysitting you, but you're a minor, you know."
Yeah.
And I was like, but at the time, I'm thinking like I grew up with the older generation. Look at Semi Scratched, already took it the wrong way. He's like, why am I laughing? Or she's like, why am I laughing? I'm laughing because of my fucking audacity at the time. I'm laughing because I'm getting at this girl, this older lady, you know, she's not old, but she's older than me. I'm like, come on, girl, what's up? Let's get this shit, you know, like, what's up, you know? And eventually she gave in, and that's why we ended up doing what we did, right? So in this case, and I'm not excusing this shit, you know? She's still wrong for giving in to me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is that there is dudes that grow up in poverty in the neighborhood that think they're fucking older than what they are. Just like there is little girls that are 16-year-old that already developed, they trap dudes, and at a certain point, we used to clown on this shit in the neighborhood all the time. It's like, bro, ask for ID. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I tell these girls, like, you better give me your ID, because fuck all that. You look 18, but I need your ID. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't for me, these little hoodies in the neighborhood coming with their uniforms from high school and back, I had like 2 or 3 of them trying to get at me when I was in the neighborhood doing my thing. And they're just like, how old are you? I'm 18. I'm like, man, cut it out, bro. I just seen you coming from high school. Get at me in 2 years when you're an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just my point of this. Yeah, but
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying my point is that regardless of whether it's a dude like me when I was young getting at you, as an older woman, you should never give in. You should never give in, especially if you're a dude, of course. You should never give in because you should know the consequences. And like I said, it's a different time as well. And the only thing that's different, it's not the concept and the principles or honor, it's the amount of time that you do in the criminal system. Nowadays, if you do some shit like, you know, back then, bro, like honestly, if a female teacher got caught up messing with a teenage student, nothing really would happen to her. Let's keep it real. But if it was a dude messing with the girl, oh man, it was all bad. It's been a for a long time, but now we're in an age where it's just like it's not cool whatsoever.
No, but I mean, do you remember the Mary Kay Letourneau case with Billy Falau? So this lady, I believe she started teaching when she was in her mid-20s. She first had this child in her classroom when he was in kindergarten or first grade, and then she had him, or maybe it was third grade. He was in elementary school. Let me just throw that there. She had him again when he was in 6th grade, and then that's when they started having a relationship. He pursued her.
You talking about the ones
they ended up.
The
Well,
dark
yeah,
skinned dude.
well, yeah, she died, but yes.
Oh, shit, okay.
So yeah, the only reason that she got as much time as she did is because she kept on violating her probation. That's it. Her family had political ties into their city, so there was no reason for her to have gotten as much time as a dude would. But any woman in any sort of a situation criminally, I feel like they don't get it. There's no equality there. There's no feminism there. But that's a
Yeah,
different conversation. That's a different
yeah, no,
conversation.
yeah, and then like I
Um,
said, double standard. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, a double standard.
it's just
It's
different.
because I mean the way that I think about it is, all right, let's just take away individual cases and think about society, and why do we persecute people in the first place? Because they're somehow socially incompetent or a danger to society. You know what I mean? We can list all different things, but I'm going to take those two and use those as my points. If you're socially incompetent, do we want you running around in the streets, or does there need to be a consequence so that maybe your pendejo self will think about it, you know what I mean? Next time.
yeah.
And if you're able to grasp the concept, then you won't go back to jail, or there won't be a consequence, right? So it's like, hey girl, so it's like, yeah, sorry. So to me, it's like, it doesn't matter if it's a male or a female. If the child is pursuing the adult has the onus to say, no, this is wrong, and to hold that steady. Because if you can't hold that ground, it's not even hard to say no. You know what I mean? There's plenty of dudes that will say yes. You know what? Walk down the street, girl, and just ask 10 dudes, and I bet you get lucky. You know what I mean? Like, it's not hard. If you want it, you know what I mean? It's there.
You would not make it to 10 dudes. Unfortunately.
Well, any woman, you know what I mean? Let's keep
I
it
know,
real.
unfortunately.
Either
Yeah, yeah.
either she's attractive, pretty, or an opportunity. It's, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
If
So yeah,
if
like I
you're that,
said,
you know.
yeah. Like I said, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, and we all know exactly what you're making your points, and obviously I'm making mine.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, they know exactly what the fuck we're talking about when we come double standard, meaning like it's. So I always just say this: when I say double standard, for those of you out there that may not know what that is, it's basically in layman's terms, the dude gets a harsher sentence if he abuses a girl, a younger girl especially, than
Mm-hmm.
a older woman abusing a younger guy. You know what I'm saying? The dude is always going to get
Mm-hmm.
the harsher sentence, right?
Oh yeah.
What I'm trying to say, and what we're trying to say, is that it should be equal, right? And even though the reality is that it's not equal, it's maybe starting to get to the equal aspect of things, especially with some of these teachers. There's been female teachers that's been messing with these kids in junior high and high school that are getting broken
Yeah.
off. They're getting
Yeah.
10 years, 20 years. They're getting broken off. So it's starting to balance out. But I threw that in there. Why? We gotta have something to talk about, right? So I mean, shit. I mean, a good host will always bring something to talk about, and
Yeah.
that's just what it is, man. Even though it is a sensitive subject, this is the type of shit that I'm going to talk about. I mean, first politically, but then this. And when I say politically, even this is political, honestly, because we
Right.
still have two sides of the aisle. Um, when I do start that when I still do start that channel, I already started it, but I haven't started dropping videos with my face on it. I'm gonna start doing that, and eventually I'm gonna veer off of this channel, and I think I'm only gonna do lives on this channel for my APA,
Mm.
and while I'll drop the occasional video. But I'm gonna focus, especially with the election season coming up. I'm gonna focus on another channel, but I'm definitely gonna push it out here, just in case anybody wants to go over there and subscribe to that channel. And we're gonna have different conversations um, for anybody that may be interested on anything that we talk about. Aquatic Amigos says Sacred Herd is a real one. A lot of people said
Thank you.
their love for you. A lot of people up in here show their love for you. Michael K, I send mine. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
man, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for tapping in with me. I appreciate you. I mean, tap in with me anytime you can, man. I really do appreciate our conversations. Um,
Yeah.
and anytime you even want to talk about some shit, like next time, if you want to talk about anything, bro, like come up in here and just ask me or just tell me beforehand. I got you an IG. I actually sent you a message.
Yeah,
Let me know beforehand, and we'll talk about some shit. And
I
that's
got a
just that's
topic
what.
already.
There you go. So So we'll talk about it next time. And like I said, I appreciate you tapping in. I'll read this last. Vera Manzanares, I said mine, mama. Appreciate you, hey, pretty lady. If I ever comment and says, what up, L? Yeah, I'm interested in listening in on your domestic political talk and other topics. Appreciate you. Yeah, for sure. I'll let you guys know when I start that. Apolinar Pina. It's all good. You guys be good, man. Any last words?
I just want to say, thank you for the love to the people in the chat. Thank you, especially to you. I really am starting to, as we're having conversations, really enjoy your openness and the fact that you're not afraid to ask these serious questions, these sensitive topics, because the more that we don't talk about it, I always feel like you're somehow complicit in the act, even if it's just in a minor way. So the fact that we're talking about it, is a good thing, a good feeling that I'm having, and I'm enjoying being able to talk to you about these things. So I'm looking forward to it. I will hit you up. Please give my love to LaShonda,
Oh, you already
and I
know.
will see you next time.
For everybody else out there, one life saved is one life blessed. A smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. You guys already know.
Yes.
Now,
So.
hit the like. I'm out.